Odd they chose Nissa for the image for the Pro Tour
The
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Sure. Did Nissa show up at the Pro Tour?
Looking at my list here, I see two sideboards.
All right. Sure. Sure. Sure.
She's technically here. Like that could have
Technically, she's
been,
around. Yeah.
I don't know, could have been some of the more obvious ones, or maybe DePaula, or
Yeah. Maybe you just put Aetherworks Marvel there because,
we put a Copter here and now it's fine.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as the title suggests, today is not a draft per se. We're going to do the gauntlet that we usually do after each Pro Tour happens,
Yep.
and Kavanaugh's here with me.
Hello.
So, oh, sweet, only two
Yeah.
needed for it.
Excellent.
So,
Do they have Gauntlet leagues yet? Or are they still
no,
doing okay,
they
that's fine.
they do not, according to the little structure here.
Mm-hmm. Suppose that makes sense.
They did, however, note in the in here that they changed the the entry and payout because people were just treating this as a draft.
So what is it now? Is it like more like even?
It's like 100 to enter rather than 60, or play points, so or 10 tickets rather than 6, and pays out
Yeah.
2 wins gets you your money back, 3 wins gets you
Okay.
yeah, so
See, I would have been fine if they made it like one gets you almost your money back, two gets you your money back, and three gets you like a little more than your money back.
yeah, it's something like 1 win is less than half, 2 wins is your money back, 3 wins is the is money times 1.5. So,
Okay.
but yeah, the way this is going to work is everybody in here is going to be handed a random deck from this. I'm going to link this in the chat for people. From this pile of decks, there's 14 decks on this. They're all 7-3 or better, or top 8. It's the 8 top 8 decks plus 6 decks that were 7-3 or better in the Pro Tour. I can't say they're all 7-3 or better because I don't know if somebody had a one of those, they 6-0'd the draft, and
Yeah, and then their actual like record for the rest of it was like 6-4 or something like that, which is
So,
still like Pro Tour winning, but
right. So the deck we have is the 3-color. Looks like the
okay.
3-color vehicle.
Yeah. Or no,
No.
we're
Oh no.
we're Teamer Control. We're Teamer Control, I believe.
No.
No? Oh, are we Mardu Vehicle?
I was,
Sorry.
yeah,
Okay, we're Mardu Vehicle. Sorry. I saw the blue in the sideboard and I got very confused. Yeah,
yeah.
so we're Mardu Vehicle.
The blue in the
Sorry.
sideboard is we're playing 4 Spirebluff canals.
Yeah. Is the black in this deck only unlicensed disintegrations?
Recursion on Scrap Heap Scrounger.
Okay, yep.
So this is a aggressive deck. I'm not going to do any changes with the sideboard. This is an aggressive deck that is using Thraben Inspector, Toolcraft Exemplar, Inventor's Apprentice, or Toolcraft Exemplar and Inventor's Apprentice to be very quick. Smuggler's Copter, Scrappy Scrounger, and Thraben Inspector to give you the artifact that these require to be like a 3-2 and a 2-3 respectively. We have a couple. We have Smuggler's Copter as the. Yeah, this is the Mardu Vehicles deck. This is Li Shi Tian's 7th place finish. Cultivator's Caravan as mana fixing at a 5/5 that you just pilot with DePaula, who makes your vehicles better. Veteran Mortis can also pilot the Cultivator's Caravan. The only real pieces of interaction with your opponent are the Disintegrations, the Harness Lightnings in the main. The sideboard, we get pieces of spot removal. We get ceremonious rejection, not unceremonious rejection, which works against the Marvel decks. It works against the against it might do something against the opposing decks, but I don't know if that's good enough. We have Skywhaler's Shot for any decks that are we need to be up big things. This is also a Marvel Works board card, or a Colossus board,
Or the potentially the mirror.
yeah.
Then there's also Sky Sovereign for if you need to just get in for the big vehicle.
Yep. This is something I'd probably board in the mirror as well, because it's a
Yeah.
It's a kill spell that like you just pilot with a veteran motorist. So again, Thraben Inspector makes a clue. Toolcraft Exemplar is a 3/2 if you have an artifact, or a 3/2 with first strike if you have metalcraft. Inventor's Apprentice is just a Curt Ape if you have for having metal. Veteran Motorist is a 3/1 that scries 2 and makes a vehicle +1/+1 if it crews it. Harness Lightning is 3 damage or more if like you have Aether Hubs or have used Harness Lightnings earlier. Scrap Heap Scrounger comes back by eating creatures from the yard. Smuggler's Capture's 3/3 flyer that pilots from Thraben Inspector or Gideon token. Kill spell that deals 3 damage, refill, and another vehicle. So, no changes.
Yeah, no, I believe in the main board of a of a Pro Tour top 8 deck.
So, yeah, the only change I would even like consider would be like I don't know how much I personally like the caravans over there's the Fleet Wheel Cruiser, but we don't have access to the Fleet Wheel Cruiser, and we're 3 color, which is probably why we're playing the caravan.
That makes sense.
So yeah, this is effectively a like okay, this is a 4-lander, but we have multiple copters available.
And we got a scry 2
yeah.
on our creature. So I say this is a keep.
Yeah, the fact that we have copters makes this a lot easier because we can just loot away the excess lands.
Yep.
So
and before we even use those guys. We probably want to play the Copter first, right? Then the Motorist?
Yes, because that lets us loot first.
Yep. Which means scry something on top and draw it right away.
I would like to draw a 1. Okay, we don't have a 1. That's okay. So let's go ahead and play our Vantage and pass. Forest doesn't tell me enough about our opponent's deck. They could be any number
There's
of
a lot of
Aetherworks
Force
decks. They could be
these 14 decks. Aetherworks, they could be the Teamer Artif. They could be the Metalwork Colossus.
Delirium?
Or are they Green-Black Delirium? Or are they,
That's probably... This narrows it down to, I think...
Let me double-check the list of decks.
Yeah. Okay, we got a Harnessed Lightning. That's good.
No, that's not Grixis.
So let's go ahead and get the Copter.
Black Green Delirium.
Yeah, did they play Servant? That was the deck I thought.
Let me double check that. They do play Force Servant of the Conduit.
How on earth could we have gotten 4 Smugglers copies in the draft and still gotten other rares? Good question. Okay, Smuggler's Copter, which is incredible in a Delirium-based deck. No attacks because they are wanting to block. Okay, this rules. This is really good here. So I'm going to have Toolcraft Exemplar pilot the Smuggler's Copter and then harness Lightning down this Smuggler's Copter when it goes to...
Like, not even when it blocks. Because if it blocks, it gets the loot. So you just do it, after it's activated.
Yep. So Toolcraft Exemplar.
And if once they tap their Servant of the Conduit, they are tapped out.
Yes. No, this is not a draft. Oh my god, yeah. We got like 16 rares that are like tournament caliber.
we're
Everybody at the table drafted Smuggler's Copters. It was kind of weird.
I guess every card that's been played so far is from Kaladesh, huh?
My hand is all, yeah.
Yeah, and both of our opponent's cards. So I guess looking at this, it is look like Kaladesh block constructed, but...
Okay, so this pumps before... This is important that it pumps before attackers, because it means it can pilot.
Yep, it can pilot a big thing if it wants to.
So, we go ahead and get in with our Copter.
Yep, and we get to loot away that mountain.
Yep. Man, I really wish they would fix the lag that continues to plague the client.
There's just too many people playing on these servers right now.
Uh-huh.
Their infrastructure is just going tanking.
Smuggler's Copter is basically a 4 of in all these decks, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing.
I'm still discarding the
mountain, I think, yeah. Because if you need more lands, you can use Motorist to find one.
So...
I mean, it's also possible that, like...
I guess if they don't activate their Copter, like...
Then we can just, like, play this Scrounger.
Yeah, or I could leave up Harnessed Lightning to kill their Copter if they try to go in.
Like, once it's activated. Let me double check to see if Grey and Black Delirium plays like any sort of pump that can save it. They do play 4 Blossoming Defense.
Right, but if they're tapped out from their servant, they can't save it.
Right, but if you wait to harness lightning on their to do it on their turn,
Well, it looks like it's happening here.
okay,
So.
it's happening here. So never mind about that.
So we wait till it gets crewed, and then we go ahead and
Do that before they get a chance to block with it. So we get the damage, and they do not get the loot.
okay. From there, I can go ahead and pass.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah. So this is pretty dang good.
Yep. Now we're ahead on board. Even on cards in hand.
I'd like to see a black piece of mana so that I can actually use disintegration on something like Kalitas if Kalitas shows up. Because that's a strong card. Having Motorist pilot the Smuggler's Copter on my next turn is the likely line. And then, like, even the Motorist, like, I loot and I draw I can draw a card I want immediately.
Yep.
Which would then be like, I play, more servants, alright.
All right. Cool. I mean, if you're mana starved, that's not the worst thing to play.
Okay, Caravan fixes, but I don't think we have the...
Yeah, we don't want to spend mana on that right now because we have other stuff to do.
Yeah, I guess I could, but that's just like, eh.
Yeah, do you want to just attack with a
Motorist?
Copter first? Or do you want a Motorist first so that we can scry before we draw?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is Motorist
Yeah, that's
first.
good. Yeah.
And I can also pilot the Copter with the Motorist.
Yep, and then would we want to just attack him with the Toolcraft Exemplar?
I'm probably fine
Trade to the
trading.
Conduit?
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to want to trade because, like, Conduits are, like, they're mana right now. Like, if they're trading off, like, a turn 4 play next turn.
Right, or they could have, like, a pump spell, but then that's trading, like, a pump spell for Toolcraft Exemplar, and I'm still getting
Yeah,
in the Smuggler's Copter.
That seems fine.
Scry 2 is very powerful on this, and when Veteran Motorist crews the Smuggler's Copter, it becomes a 4/4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huzzah, it's a... Yeah, Smuggler's Copter is all over the place. It basically... Like, every deck that isn't some sort of hard control or combo deck is playing it. And the... Yeah, like, you have to be pretty, like... Yeah, it's either, like, some of the... Okay, so Scry 2... I think I want the Concealed Courtyard, of all
Yeah, and
things.
the canal can go to the bottom. We already got our red mana, and there are currently no blue cards in main deck, so...
Yeah, so...
The question is, what do we discard on the loot? Scrounger?
Scourger's discardable.
Yeah.
So is, so let's tap that. I was thinking Caravan as well, but...
I would say Scrounger, because Scrounger we can actually, like, use mana later to bring back from the yard.
Yeah. Yeah, City has a big crime problem.
I mean, the harder your grip, right? Yeah, like, it would cost just as much mana, like, basically, you know, if they trade off Toolcraft Exemplar, like, we're spending the same amount of mana to bring back Scrappy Scrounger
Yep.
as we would to just cast him from our hand. We have other stuff to do.
Yep. Kind of wish I could make the decision after the trade, but that's just fine. Scrapheap Scrounger is something that activates from the grave, so...
Yeah, and I mean, like, if they don't offer, like, do the trade, you just play Smuggler's Copter and you can attack with 2 of them in the air next turn.
Oh, I can't, my land comes into play tapped because it's my 4th land.
Oh, right, never mind.
Yeah.
Damn fast lands.
Yep, they're quite strong. So, attackers, let's get on in. They could, like, Blossoming Defenses, I suppose, but then that burns...
Yeah, right.
So, draw a card.
What are the dual lands in Standard right now?
Fast lands, the lands that care about controlling 2 basics, The ones that want you to reveal a basic from your X or
Oh,
X from
that's
your
right.
hand.
That's right.
The last two are only in allied colors. These are in enemies. There's
Right.
also what are the other, like, there's just come into play tap duels of every color combination
Yep. Okay.
between
I was
Oath
just
of,
I forgot what the rares were. So yeah, there's
and then
the
there's also in uh in Battle for Zendikar there's enemy colored I'm sorry, not Battle and Oath. There's enemy colored man lands, but they're not great. They're better than nothing,
yeah.
obviously.
They're being played. There are some of those are being played in the Pro Tour.
Right. Well, I mean, like, some of them are fine. I just
Like
have a
actually, I believe Blackring Delirium is playing their set of the like 2/3 Death Toucher lands.
They should, because there's like that's a very, it's a, again, the fixing enemy colors is this and not, and just coming to play tapped lands. So
And then I believe blue red decks are playing the blue red.
okay, and then they're gonna Blossoming Defense, which is fine.
Yep. Okay, it's fine. And that means that next turn we can bring back our Scrappy Scourger.
Yep.
Because now that is an available ability, it pops out our graveyard. Thanks, Magic the Gathering Online. We wanted that.
Other than that, I don't think there's any, like, those are the duels that exist. So, like, this deck, for instance, is playing. Oh, I'm sorry, Aether Hub. Aether Hub is in a lot of decks.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
That's
I'm
the
so
energy
glad they
deck.
made that card. I was reading through that article. It was talking about Aether Hub. If that card was a rare,
I'd be oof, that sucks
holy
so
crap.
much. Tendo Icebridge was not a cool rare to open.
No. Plus, like, this one is a land that everybody wants.
There's Kalitas, which we're gonna unlicensedly disintegrate.
Yep.
If the last card in our opponent's hand is a second copy of Blossoming Defenses, I guess we're in a... Nope, never mind.
Never mind. Nope, we're good. We are in the clear.
We're not even threatening that. I see.
Like, I don't know, like, I guess attack here, but I don't know. Like, we're way up on cards.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and disintegrate. I guess I can Caravan Disintegrate.
Um,
No, no, sorry.
can you? Yeah,
no,
I was gonna say, yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking the Scrappy Scrounger.
Yes. Yeah, no. Yeah, I say just disintegrate now, and then just get in with the Copter. I guess there, would be something to be said for a line where you like, like loot with the Copter first, see if you get anything else you want to do. But I don't think there's anything more that we would want to do here than unlicensed disintegration on that guy, and then getting in for 4 damage.
So we pilot.
Now, if we can find a land here, we can also, like an untapped land, we can play the Veteran Motorist or bring back the Scrounger and like potentially attack, like, and threaten lethal next turn. Cool thing about having 2 motorists is that both of them can crew a vehicle if you want to, and it'll get +2/+2.
Luckily, we have a lot of, like, Copters around, so it's not
Yeah.
like we're in any shortage of.
Actually, what we probably want to do is, if we get the land, we play the Copter, and then next turn we can attack with 2 4/4 flyers.
Yep. Crew 1.
Crew 1.
Willing to ditch the Caravan if it comes down to that. Willing to ditch the Caravan.
Yeah, I think so.
So next turn I can play. I can, like, play Veteran Motorist, crew the Smuggler's Copter with that, attack with Motorist and the Copter.
Yep.
Or I could. I have a lot of different lines. I could Gideon token, Pilot's Copter, Copter in.
Yep.
I can. I don't know. I could Scrappy Scrounger as a pilot as well. So.
We still have a lot of action.
So the Scrap Heap Scrounger is actually a very key part of this, because one of the ways you can kind of beat on decks that are super reliant on these vehicles is, keep them, clear their board. But having a recursive creature means, like, no, this Copter is a threat forever.
Right.
Like, this is always going to be a threat.
Mm-hmm. Did our opponent mull
to 5.
I feel like okay, all right, I missed that. I was
They
wondering why
kept
they're
to
I was wondering
5.
why they're so low on cards
They kept to
because holy crap.
5. They
I was
do
gonna say
have.
they're like
They're even short Delirium right now. They have all the mana, and they can cast any card in their deck at this point, including Verudius Gearhulk.
that'd be good.
Um,
Well, it'd be good, but would it be enough?
be strong.
Yeah, it would definitely be strong. It would definitely give him but that would require him tapping both his creatures. Okay,
Okay,
game's
they
good.
move on. All right.
Yeah,
So again, I guess our opponent's sideboard, they have Ishkana, which
yeah. Let's check that out.
I think is immediately coming in.
Yeah, so taking a look, sideboard is 2 Liliana, 2 Deadweight, 2 Noose Constrictor, 1 Pick the Brain. That's probably not happening. 2 Appetite for the Unnatural, 2 Ishkana, 1 Obnixilis Reignited, and 3 Transgress the Mind.
I feel like I
So-
want Skywheeler's shot because Kalitas is a problem, and Verudius Gearhulk, Kalitas, and Grim Flare are all going to be targets for it. Gnarlwood
As well as
Dryad.
Ishkana. Ishkana is also a target for it.
Yeah.
I don't think we have to worry about Transgress the Mind or Pick the Brain because we're not that kind of deck. We have a lot of redundancies that doesn't do a lot to us.
What do we not want in this? Like, what's poor in the matchup?
Let's see.
Severity's Rejection's useless. Fragmentize has only Copters. So
I know
nothing
Cultivator's
there.
Caravan is fixing, but like,
That could definitely be like a out.
yeah, I think so.
I'm not,
because
I'm not.
like,
I'm not terribly excited by this card. Again, I wish it was the Fleetwood
No.
Cruiser a lot of the time.
right.
It might be poor of me to bring out fixing, but
But then like, I don't know. It seems to me like, it just, I don't know. I feel like the Caravan, like, it's fixing, but it's so slow as fixing. Like, we definitely want to beat our opponent down as fast as possible.
does it matter to be Harnessed Lightning over Galvantic Bombardment?
Given Bombardment is X+2, where X is the number of Galvanic Bombardments in your yard, right?
Yeah. I think they're
Versus,
I think Harnessed Lightning is going to work kind of the same.
I think so.
All right, let's
Because it'll deal like 3 damage, and then if we're killing a 2-drop, it'll only deal 2, and we get to deal 4 later.
Okay, the other card I was thinking about is bringing in like a Gideon or even like, you know what,
Okay, sure, yeah, I like that.
They have problems
let's
dealing
experiment.
with. Well, they have problems dealing with this card.
Like, okay, so I can say that they're definitely bringing in 2 Appetite for the Natural.
We have enough.
Or
We have enough targets that it's more likely. I'm actually the Ishkana is the 100% to me. Like with Smuggler's Copter. Honestly, I'm surprised that's not a main deck card in this person's list, but that's because I think Ishkana is incredible. But it's also very good against us because it like a 3/5 blocker just stops. It completely stuffs Copters. It also stuffs our ground game as well. The Deadweights could come in. I don't know if they're actually like. I guess I guess those are pretty decent as far as
They really
1
don't
minute.
have any. They don't have any Wrath to board them, which I like.
Yeah, they couldn't. Well, I mean, what could they have for that? What is in that color combo they could bring in that would be like a Wrath?
There are some like -2/-2 bad boys that they could.
Yeah, I think
in.
so. I think Kalitas is their most important like card to be down because if we don't have an answer to
Yes.
Kalitas,
That runs away with the game.
it's like close.
This is looking like a mole, though.
Yeah, this one doesn't have any lands.
This one's looking like a mole, just a little bit like a mole. Go to
Yeah.
5, go to 5, go to 5.
Very interesting. I always find it very funny when, like, this is clearly a deck that's a bit greedy on its mana base, but,
Yeah.
like, I always enjoy it when we get a mulligan with a deck like that, but it has nothing to do with the greedy mana base and everything to do
Yeah,
like,
we had a plains and a bunch of red cards in hand. Like,
yeah.
and then no lands.
Well,
Like,
I don't think I would keep that on a. I don't even know if I would keep that if that was a red white duel. There's a chance, I suppose, but
I would have been fine with it because you could have led with the Alright. Because you could have led with the Curd Ape and then played Threadwood Inspector the next turn.
okay.
And gotten in with the 2/3. Of course, if they had removal, and that's like, well, now I have a Threadwood Inspector and not enough mana to crack the clue, so.
Right? Our opponent only has like Grasp of Darkness and Deadweight as like real spot removal. So this one I'm not a big fan of because we have very little.
I would say put that on top.
Yeah, that gives me a 1-drop.
Hmm. Well, we already had a 1-drop, but it gives you, a 1-drop to attack with.
Right.
But yeah, they are on the play, right? So
They're on the play.
yes, so which means that we're going to draw that card, we can play it, and then next turn attack in with for 2.
The thing I actually like about this hand is the combination of Harnessed Lightning with the hub means that I actually can kill Kalitas if that comes down.
Yep.
I can. It's not great, but actually it is. 2 mana for it is pretty goddamn good.
Yep.
For killing Kalitas.
And we don't need that, that fixing at this point because we got the colors we need.
Yeah, we're fully colored. These are mountains with additional text.
Yeah.
They're for the sideboard.
Because honestly, like early game when you want a mountain, like this deck doesn't really care if you have to play a land tapped on turn 4 because so much of it does is on turns 1 through 3.
Right. Usually, if I had to play a land tap on 4, it's a situation with the previous game where it's 2/2s, which is what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Gideon's the only main deck 4.
Yeah.
This is a hand that I think would be majorly improved if I were to top deck something like DePaula. Obviously, drawing a copy of Copter for the Thraben Inspector get in and
Yep.
Wow, what a good.
Okay.
Okay,
so we get in against this guy.
Yep.
Okay.
So they're going to be on 4 mana next turn.
Yeah. So I guess if they don't play Kalitas, then we can just if they play Kalitas next turn, we can drop down Aether Hub and do that thing.
Yes.
If they don't, then we can get down our Inspiring Vantage and not get
not
have it come in tapped later.
Correct. Okay.
Looking for blocks.
Get some damage down. Traverse the involved to go grab a land.
Okay.
Okay, that means Kalitas ain't
that's
coming
what you
down.
needed to do.
Liliana, perhaps? Nope, Copter time.
Copter. All right.
I mean,
we harness lightning that.
I think if it actually gets piloted again, I'm going in. I want to go in with the. Oh, man, let's see what we draw here.
Gideon, I think we definitely want that Vantage down this turn then.
Yeah, so let's play the Vantage.
And then we don't attack because they just animate. Well, I guess if we attack and they animate their Copter, then we just
Harnessed
blast
Lightning.
it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Do I want to burn the Harnessed Lightning there, or do I want to save it for a threat like Kalitas? But the problem is Smuggler's Copter digs them to that threat.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. That Copter is a threat already. That's the problem.
All right, I'm gonna because Copter makes Gideon a lot more of a liability. I'm gonna go ahead and try and get rid of it that way.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine here they're just not going to do anything because, wow, this is an obvious thing. We're not, that dumb. They only have a creature that's smaller than my creature. I can just... Okay, never mind. They're willing to eat our removal, I guess, because maybe they just have another thing they want to play.
Yeah.
Cletus.
Which, again, that sucks, but I think Gideon's powerful enough to do this for.
Yep.
I didn't attack with Thraben Inspector because I didn't want to free throw that away,
Yeah.
because this actually has a lot of value as a pilot of a Smuggler's Copter later.
Yep.
So.
And they could just say, okay, fine, I'll block with it. Oh.
Okay, Liliana,
That's fine.
That's okay because it can't pick up Copters. It's basically just going to make this a 0/3.
Yeah, it's just gonna stop us from attacking very well. But we get to make a creature every turn that they can't kill. So.
Yep. This is basically just going to be me going Gideon 0 for a couple turns, which is going to be very nice.
Snack, interesting.
That's an Aether Hub.
Yeah, that's not what we wanted, but okay.
Yep. Make a 2/2 Knight.
Yep. Let's just make pilots.
Yeah, or attackers at Liliana.
Yeah. More importantly, attackers, but also pilots eventually.
Yep, and we can hold this canal for looting at later points.
Yes, definitely. So. We do not need that anymore. We're not going to really be making more than one play a turn. And that's like, it's not like we can just use that land to like, you know. All right, makes sense.
We have a clue token I can
What is
burn as
Liliana's
well.
ult, and when does it come down?
-7.
Oh, that's right. And you get like X+2 zombies each turn. So it's like, yeah, you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc., etc. So it's a good ult, but hopefully they won't actually get there.
I think I might plus Gideon and attack in at Liliana.
Yeah, makes them either like,
They
makes them
can't.
spend something.
Well, there's no removal they can have in their list that could kill it. Like
Yeah, they have Grasp of Darkness
the,
to like save their creature, but that doesn't kill Gideon.
right. It also lets me get Gideon to 5, which I kind of want to be able to Anthem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So let's
All
go
right.
ahead and...
You want to crack the clue first?
Yeah, I think so. I want to...
So tap that in the canal.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to play the Aether Hub.
Yep. Yikes.
Okay,
A little flooded here, but not out
well,
of it yet.
again, hopefully we can fix that. Again, there's a good card
Yeah.
to fix that with. So... So attack at Liliana. See if we can either eat a blocker. Like, if I can just make a trump happen here, I'd be really happy too.
Oh yeah. Like if they decide they just want to get their copter, like the loot off their copter, nope, they're just taking it.
Oh. I get to kill
Okay.
Liliana. I guess I
They
did
they might have a second in hand.
fair.
I
No,
guess they
no,
give them
they
delirium,
don't.
but
Well, I guess there's 2 on their board, yeah. So,
yeah, they could have boarded those in and like have an extra one. But then again, I don't know if that's great against us because we didn't really show many one. I guess we showed the motorist.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
There's the grasp. Sure thing. That puts them down to 1 card left in hand.
Also,
But
that
they have
means,
the copter, so
well, right, and they had delirium anyway. Yeah, so they've got the copter, so
Yeah.
they can hit Gideon for.
Yep.
Oh, they don't have a creature to play. That's good.
yeah. Or maybe they have like a creature they'd rather just keep back to block or something.
Yeah. All right, so they get to loot,
Man, I'd really like to do that right now.
and I assume that's a Gideon. Yep, Gideon.
That's fine. We can like
Well, we can't really do too much.
well, Gideon's dead next turn, so we probably
crap.
just want to make another 2/2.
Yeah, and there's
Okay.
the card
That's,
that.
I had a feeling that was what's going to be happening.
We need to be not drawing these cards at this stage in the game.
Yeah, we needed those cards a while ago, not all these lands.
Well, no, I'm hoping more for something like a 3, because we don't even have an artifact hanging out. So let's make an ally creature token. Because
Yep.
Gideon's dead regardless. I'm not gonna try and.
Yes, and we can double block Kalidas if he comes in with that.
Yeah.
And then we will not have non-creature tokens die. Or non-token creatures.
Yeah, non-token
die.
creatures die. Yeah. So Smuggler's Copter comes in and takes out Gideon. That's fine.
Wait, does it sack another creature?
Sack a zombie or vampire.
Oh, okay. And
Is
then
the-
it's they get sorcery speed, right? Nope, it's not.
Well,
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's instant speed, but they don't have anything for it. So Catacomb Sifter is incredible here because the 1/1 pilots the.
Oh, that's kind of nuts.
Yeah. Again, we have few answers to this, so.
Yeah, this is looking bad.
So, yep, that's it. Yeah, that is it. I'll say that is a Gideon, right? So we can't do anything about that. Kalidas holds us off, and our opponent gets to use their copter to make their card quality beat ours pretty heftily.
Oh, they're using the last card.
Well, that's a
Grim
4/4.
Flare. Yikes.
Okay, their board looks much stronger than ours. There we go.
Okay.
This was a necessity
now
for
we
us
have
to.
now we have a chance.
Yeah, this was a necessity for us to even be in the game, so we can fix our land problem in our hand pretty quickly.
Yep.
I can pilot it with Thraven Inspector. That won't be a
Yes.
problem. From here, I guess I pass.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm threatening a couple cards, but I don't have any of those. I guess I could
Right,
draw
right.
them off the Copter, though, so...
Mm-hmm.
Drawing into a unlicensed disintegration, something
Oh,
like
that'd be
that, would be
fantastic. Yeah.
extremely good.
Like even Harness Lightning.
Yes. I was say, don't attack with that
Yeah,
Catacomb Sifter.
that's
I'll take it for free.
okay. So do we double block the Grim Flare? Like they probably like. I guess we see if they loot here.
Well, I think they do. It's
We'll see, because if they don't, it means they have something that they want in their hand.
They do not.
Okay.
Okay, so
Well, they can
Grimflayer
draw.
is
Yeah.
top 3, and they can adjust. Like, you mean double block with 2 knights?
Yeah, because that gets rid of them. Gets rid of one of their big threats. It depends on if they have.
Do I want to trade Copters?
I don't know if you do. Like, you kind of need your Copter to be attacking to get, like, like some amount of like get these lands out of your hand. Like you get a loot if you block. But, like you're not really if you like just the Copter itself is like a clock, but it's not a super fast clock.
The other problem there is it is a creature that goes to the yard for Kalidas.
Right.
Ugh.
Basically, how do you feel about trading 2 knights for a combat trick?
I'm fine with that. I'm likely to make that play. I'm debating the Copter right now.
I don't think you want to do the Copter.
The problem with the problem with the Copter is a dead Copter gets me in a lot of trouble. Kalidas becoming
it gives them a 5/6 lifelinker. Like that's really bad.
All right, let's go ahead and these are tokens, so they don't trigger.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, and if they have a trick, then like that's fine.
They don't. Okay.
Okay, so they get a 3 scries. No, sorry, another creature you
One
control.
scry.
1 scry.
Yeah.
1 scry. Sorry, wrong way.
Where did they scry that?
Oh, it's another Grim
Flare.
Flare.
Great.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Bottom.
Okay.
So, opponent playing 2 mana 4/4 is kind of
Yeah, kind of good.
okay. Scrounger can't block.
Yeah.
Let's pilot this and make the attack that makes sense.
Mhm.
See if perhaps we can fix this.
Yeah.
So,
That'd be nice.
all right. Okay, we absolutely positively want to loot.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay. Now do the land or do loot the Scrounger?
I would rather just cast the Scrounger.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess it makes more sense because then we can like use creatures to bring it back again later if we need to.
Right, I don't have to spend the resource now.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Scrounger can't block. It also basically can't attack, but I can use Unlicensed Disintegration to kill Kalidas here, which is basically what I want.
And we do that now, because if we wait till next turn, then they could possibly get one of their blossoming defenses.
Yep. So. I really wish I could kill the Grim Flare, but the Kalidas is the biggest, like... Yeah, the Grim Flare gives... The problem is the Grim Flare combined with the Copter gives them incredible card selection, but I can't beat Kalidas. So...
Right, yeah, like
So...
sure.
Bottom, okay.
Okay. And we're not in terrible shape here. Like we're ahead on life, and we have a pretty significant amount of power on board with them at 10. So you can't just like all out attack us.
Well, again, the problem I said though is that we don't have a good our opponent's card quality is going to crush us between Grim Flare and the Copter.
Yeah.
They get to see 5 cards a turn more with the Catacomb Sifter. They discarded a land, so I don't have blockers here because I'm not going to chump block a trampling creature.
Yeah. Yep. You would prevent 3 damage and then still take that 1. So
yeah, which would let it trigger. So all right.
Yeah, so it's still a trigger.
All right, so let's see how many of their top 3 they actually put in the yard. What the hell? Did it put them at the... Thanks,
Or do they put
game.
them all on? Look at what it says. Did it say put them all on top?
2 on top. It put 1 in the yard,
top?
but I guess it was this Gnarlwood Dryad, which it
Yeah, I
didn't
guess.
put. What
Weird.
the...
All right.
Thanks, Magic Online.
Okay, sure.
Okay,
Okay.
I think I'm gonna play the Toolcraft Exemplar here.
Yes.
They kept their card in hand.
Do you want to then crew with the Toolcraft Exemplar?
Kind of want to keep the Toolcraft Exemplar as a possible blocker.
But it's a 1/1.
No, no. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is
It's
your
being
turn.
a combat on
Yeah,
your turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your turn. Sorry, I thought it was both combats.
No, unfortunately not. Which means that Thraben Inspector is like,
Technically a better blocker. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's
Because
do
it can
that.
block that Scion.
Let's
Like, yeah, because this dude is a 3/2 possibly first strike on attack, whereas Thraben Inspector is always a 1/2. So
let's go ahead and crew.
and then we attack with the Scrounger because
Yeah.
there's no reason not to.
Grave Order is incredibly important to me because I want to know what the new card is, which isn't
Yeah.
marked.
Like, yeah, like if they're gonna like dump shit in their yard, we need to see what cards they're dumping.
Okay, we get to loot.
Something good. Okay, well, okay.
I think in this instance I could discard the Scrounger to mask the other card.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, it like, I would say this game is ending the next turn or two. So
Yeah, I'm discarding the Scrounger to mask the other card.
yeah.
That's the play here.
Plus, maybe your opponent will forget about it, and you can bring it back a turn step. Oh.
It is secret damage, but like, I don't know. I'm mostly okay. So,
Okay. So you can bring both of them back.
well, I need another creature to die, but I'm certain one will.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you only have one in the yard. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if they attack in with a bunch of stuff, like. I mean, next turn we can get in with like for quite a bit of damage,
Yes.
assuming we're still alive.
So our opponent does get to, because they held a card here, they now get to, like, they scried the 2 cards that they drew onto the top, and they're going to get both of them.
Right.
So, crew.
Sure. I think this time we block the Trampler.
Yes, because I want a creature in the yard.
Yeah. And you probably just use a Thraben Inspector because it's less damage on board.
Yes.
What do they discard? A Traverse Evenwald, okay.
Wow, they discarded a tutor?
Yeah. A creature tutor for 1 mana. Which means that they must have some pretty good things in their hand, which is kind of scary.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and chump because I want a creature in the yard.
Yep.
Again, they get their infinite card selection.
Mm-hmm.
Really would love it if it didn't do that.
Yeah,
Game.
great. Okay, cool.
Thanks.
Blossoming Defense, or yeah. Yeah, Blossoming Defense and then Blooming Marsh.
Okay, so Scrappy Scrounger,
Number 1.
black and a 1, remove Thraben Inspector.
Remove other Scrappy Scrounger. No!
Scrappy Scrounger, black and 1, remove Inventor's Apprentice.
Okay,
I'd like to draw a creature to pilot.
that'd be excellent.
No.
How about
Okay.
another land?
That means I'm using Inventor's Apprentice here.
So let's see. Okay, so what happens if you attack with... Okay, so your Toolcraft Exemplar has
First strike.
First Strike. So they block with their Catacomb Sifter. And they remove Toolcraft Exemplar or Smuggler's Copter with, like,
They have a
Grasp
kill
of
spell.
Darkness.
They have a Grasp of Darkness. Let's assume
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Do you live next turn if you don't, like, what do your attacks here look like? Is it just the Copter and then the 2 Scroungers?
I could use the Inventor to pilot the Smuggler's Copter and attack for 12.
But then they can block something and remove something else, and they don't die
Right, and then I would have to draw a blocker. So, like, maybe...
off of the Copter. So I'd say, like, the things they can't block in the Copter.
So, like,
Using the Exemplar.
and then leave Inventor's Apprentice back?
Yeah.
Okay. They still could kill me in this instance.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually quite likely that they can kill me.
Yeah, but like later outs.
Now they should, if they have a grasp, I think they should kill my copter before I attack.
Yes.
Okay.
They don't. Okay.
Then they might use it to kill my... so, yes, I'd like draw... Perfect.
Oh, beautiful.
That's quite good. So,
Yeah.
discard the Vantage, force a block.
Hmm.
So, opponent goes to
Okay.
1.
Yeah.
They might end step grasp my Inventor's Apprentice. They...
Yep. And if they do we Skyweller shot their Grimflare?
Yeah, let's see what we get here. I mean, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
pass.
Mostly I want to make sure they don't get the damage bonus from
Honestly, I probably should Skywheel or shot the Grimflare on our end step.
that's what I was thinking, is like if they like go for it, it's because if they have a Blossoming Defense in hand to protect it, we don't want them to get the damage bonus from it. Even though if they like do have the grass and we lose. Like if they have both those cards in hand, we lose.
Heck, if they have a Blossoming Defenses, I think I lose regardless. Like, no matter
Yeah.
what my play here is.
No. If they just have Blossoming Defenses... Oh, we got it. That looks like that can go on top. That's a creature that can crew on the turn it enters and then also draws us a card, so...
Well, no, here's the thing. If they're holding a Blossoming Defenses, my life total's 5.
Oh, yeah, right, because they can just attack here. Yeah.
I am dead.
Yeah. Yep.
But I wanted to kill the Grimflare before a draw step, because if I... Okay, Cletus.
Okay. Which means that they, Which means we need to find another removal spell.
They can't attack with Smuggler's Copter, though.
Nope, because we can just attack for... Well... we can't get back our Scoundrel, can we? No, we don't.
We cannot.
Can't. Okay.
So, Thraben Inspector.
Let's get that down.
Off of the Inspiring Vantage.
Yep.
And we'll use our clue immediately to try to draw into something useful.
Mm-hmm. Well...
It's good, we just can't cast it.
Yeah.
I think I pass.
Mm-hmm. Because that can kill their Eldrazi Scion.
Yeah. Obviously, attacks don't make sense. Kalidas is gonna, like, slowly buy them out of the game, but Skyship
Right.
Sovereign is a, like, connecting threat to win the game. Also, it's a blocker that just can't be beat. So,
Just getting in.
it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have a... Oh!
Oh,
Okay.
lose. All right, cool.
Concede this.
Well, we got to
one.
play fast game 3. Hopefully, like, I mean, this is a fast deck. If we have a good opener, then like this is game should not take nearly this long.
Right. Like the Sovereign still, I guess that means my Scry lost me the game, so that's good.
Yeah.
I don't think any changes, like, I don't like Gideon too much in this matchup, but, like, I don't even know if, like, Gigantic Bombardment is even any better. The reason I don't like Gideon is because they have their own copters.
Right.
But, like, bringing in Fragmentize is bad because, like, I'm not going to bring in a single card that only answers one card in their deck.
Right. And we just run it back.
Yeah, it's fine.
We got really flooded in that early game, and that's when we need to not be flooded.
The deck only plays 22 lands for a reason.
Yep.
Seriously, Standard is just all about these copters. It's very silly.
Yeah. Instead, it's still all about these copters. I'm going to check that. See
The
what
last Grand Prix had 32 copters and 32 Thraben Inspectors in the top 8, so yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
That was Grand Prix Kuala Lumpur, I believe. So,
Standard metagame.
keep.
Yeah. Yep. Inventor's Apprentice and a Smuggler's Copter seems pretty good. And then DePaula the next turn. Yeah.
Yeah, if I draw a land. Okay. Fine, I guess I'm not attacking.
Shakes fist. Or are you?
No. Yeah, I want to burn my best removal spell on a one of my most key removal spells on a 1/1.
Yeah, totally. Do it. I love that this deck is called Mardu Vehicles when it plays 2 black cards.
Yes. Hey, welcome.
Cool. All right.
So here's a
So
cool
we
thing.
just oh, it makes it bigger.
Yeah. Our car beats your car.
Yeah, we got the big car. Also makes Smuggler Copter a 5-turn clock. Good, you paid 0 for DePaula. Plus, like, man, DePaula also just, like, when you're, like, out of things to do, just sinks mana like nothing else. Like, you can, just, like, pay all your mana but 2 for DePaula, hope you get a Copter, and then just... yeah. We only need black mana once or twice, only once in this current hand.
Mm-hmm. The big reason I got rid of that is because I'm assuming that DePaul is likely dying.
Yeah.
And I'd like to have a second copy around.
They're only kill spell. They can't cast.
That's true.
Because like they played Evolving Wilds, which means they're going to be getting a swamp tapped. So DePaul is not going away. Which means you can like harness lightning for 1 next turn.
Grimflare is a 2/2, which just gets beat by our onboard creature.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't have Death Touch. So yeah, if you get rid of the Dryad, then like you can just get in for a bunch, put him down to 9.
So looting is good for them. Like it gets them really close to.
Okay, I think I got a card type in the yard now.
Okay, I might just play the Concealed Courtyard then. So what, you're thinking like actually use the Gnarlwood Dryad, or kill the Gnarlwood Dryad and attack for 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they can't do anything else.
That's gonna bite me in the ass. I'm gonna draw a red 1-drop.
Yeah. It's like, if they decide they want to, like, get in with something next turn, or, like, if they decide they want to give them, like, Copter, then we can get rid of their 1 blocker, and then, like, they're facing, like, almost lethal.
So we want
to...
loot first.
Okay. So then we can see if we draw a 1-drop. Okay, so we get rid of the Courtyard, because we can just use the hub. And then we can pay 1 for DePaul and hopefully get something.
Aether Hub, okay.
Aether Hub, okay, but that goes to the bottom, right?
Yes.
In a random order?
Yes.
Okay, so we got rid of an Aether Hub.
In a random order.
Yeah, it puts him to 9, which, like...
Can I... This bothers me so much!
Alright.
Okay, we have Unlicensed Disintegration, which is also
Yeah,
really
which means
powerful.
that if they don't leave back blockers next turn, we just blow them out.
Yep.
Because we can attack for lethal.
Yeah, and we control an artifact. Like, if they tap out for, like, Kalitas here, it would be probably the best case.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. If they tap out for Kalitas, then we just blow that up. They have to chump with their Grimflare.
Okay, well, Catacomb Sifter means they have
That's
is
good.
a much better play for them.
That means that they'll have 2 blockers to use. Oh, or more, because they can just hold back the Copter.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. So let's just get him with those things, and then like see what their moves are.
Yeah, might just get in with the Copter.
Yeah, I would do that here, I think.
I can crew the Copter again, like to DePaula if I want.
Yeah, post combat if you need to. Because like what I think they might try here is they might try like blocking with their copter, blocking defensing it.
But we have the stopper to that.
Yeah, we have this shot which can kill it, while it's on the stack. So, um, yeah,
Which I think
yep,
that's what they're doing.
hmm
I'm gonna use the shot for it, by the way. So
yeah. Just let them block and try their things first. They might.
yeah.
I mean, it's honestly they may just be going for the loot here and like stopping the bleeding a bit. Maybe they have another copter in hand. Okay, there we go. Let's just take our 2-for-1. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good top.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna anthem it.
Mm-hmm. So you want to we want to get the exemplar down.
Yep.
Does make turn their Grimflayer on.
I don't care. If that's offensive, I don't give a crap.
That's true.
Like,
Okay.
I'm at 17. I'm the one who has all the time in the world here.
Right.
Also, Toolcraft Exemplar is a dwarf.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, so it's gonna be attacking as like a 5/4 next turn.
basically.
Holy shit, that's good.
Yeah, or 4-3, sorry.
Well, if we Anthem Gideon,
Yeah, Anthem getting yes.
then like yeah, okay, sure. Like they'll have to kill like Block Paula and the Toolcraft Exemplar to not die. So they put land, another Grim Flare. Jeez.
Okay, maybe I will wait on the...
Yeah, maybe you want to let's say unlicensed disintegration on their turn, or do you want to just do it like on your turn? Yeah. Need a scry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Smuggler's Copter is, on its own, like,
Lethal, I know.
yeah. And, like, at this point, depending on what we see, we may just want to loot away Gideon.
Yeah.
The land. Alright. So we can use the rest of our mana, even if they try to get rid of Paula. We can crew our Smuggler Copter.
Okay.
Okay. We want that.
They did not find an answer to the Smuggler's Copter, so...
Alright.
Yeah. That was a hell of a game.
There's some good games.
Yeah, DePaula was very powerful here, just on making my copter better than their copter.
Yep.
Forcing them to have to offensively use blossoming defenses. Or,
Yes.
like,
And like leaving themselves open because that's the only option they had.
yeah, is probably that. I think that's the key moment there. That they were at 9, they couldn't take the hit from the copter and go to 5. But say they had blossoming defenses to stop on license disintegration.
Then like holy shit, they did draw like 3 of their best card.
They did draw. They're like Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that card is incredible. But yeah, so that's the black green deck is really exciting. It like the delirium in it is like the delirium in it is light. Like it's the Grimflayer and the Gnarlwood Dryads in the I guess the Traverse is in the main as well.
Mm-hmm.
I again like Ishkana. I would have assumed they boarded those in because we can't beat that hard.
Yeah,
resolving.
Skywhaler shot and unlicensed disintegration. We have 4 removal spells for it. If we can't do that, we lose.
Which card was the Tarmogoyf? The 2-mana 4/4.
Yeah. Yeah.
That also has card selection built into it.
Mm-hmm.
Self-mill card selection. Like, it's this incredible freaking 2-drop. My favorite part of it is that it's like, it's one of those cards that's a mythic rare out of playability, and I have a distaste for cards that are mythic rare
Yeah.
for playability. Oh yeah, Grim Flayer. Yeah, that's the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only reason it's a mythic is because it's a good card. Like, the Gearhulks, like, that sort of cycle gets to, like, sidestep that rule, and I don't feel too bad about that. But, like, when you just have this one individual card that's like, yo, we want your cash. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and play first this round. I think I'm okay with this.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like this hand a bit.
Like, I'm probably going to lead, like, Toolcraft into Copter, and then Toolcraft
Yes.
in for 3.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, we can hopefully not have to use that Aether Hub right away.
Oh, I mean, if I have to Veteran Motorist it, I won't feel bad.
Yeah.
Or I can just play Scrap Heap Scrounger and not care. Anyway, I get to attack with a 3/2 on turn 2.
Yeah, sweet.
Alright, what
And
are
our
they?
opponent is Evolving Wilding for red.
Okay.
So it looks like they might be one of the control decks.
So let's go ahead and play the Aether Hub.
Yep.
Copter pre-combat.
Otherwise, we don't get the damage bonus.
Yep.
And then next turn we can Motorist, like,
I think I can...
get in the Copter.
Yeah, either that or, like, Inventor's Apprentice in the Copter Scrap Heap Scrounger.
Yeah, that's also an option. I think it depends on, like, how slow a start they're having. They're having an extremely slow start. Okay.
I'm thinking Inventor's Apprentice,
Yeah.
Scrap Heap Scrounger, because that's a very quick continuation. Ooh.
Or
That's
is
good
it?
too.
I think you still want to get more guys down. You're getting down 5 power this way.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and pilot.
And here you, like, if you draw something you want, you almost definitely discard the Scrounger.
And then just play Motorist, yeah.
Because you can already bring it back from your yard because you got a creature in there. But you probably just... maybe you want the land. I actually like getting the Motorist down here because it gets a buff from DePaula.
Yep. Also Scry 2.
Oh, yeah, Scry 2. Second Motorist?
I like Motorist as a draw.
Yeah.
Let's put that on top. I don't like the Inventor's Apprentice as much.
Yeah, not really. Like DePaula,
Okay, so
Crew
this
with
is
DePaula.
this is likely Shota's
Grixis,
list,
yes.
right? What is
which is the winning deck, right?
Yes, though, like, I only know one person in the universe who can pilot it, so...
Yeah.
Luckily, our opponent is very likely not Shota.
I do not believe that they're Shota. Yeah, Grixis. So, yeah. So far,
They have Radiant
removal
Flames.
spell is Harness Lightning. Yes, maybe like we just play the DePaula and then like get in for a bunch.
That sounds good. And, like, I can use DePaula for 1, and...
And then they could Radiant Flames us and get rid of our board, but like...
Scrap Heap comes back, Motorist comes back. I'm
Yep.
gonna... Do I want to play the land to look at one card, or do I think I want to be able to...
I think you want to leave it back in case you want to loot it.
Okay. So, DePaula...
DePaula gets in.
So, we're paying 0.
Yep.
So, best case
We'll pay
scenario
0.
for our opponent is they have a way to kill the Smuggler's Copter, which I think is like an unlicensed disintegration or bust. Because they don't have 4 energy. They're taking a lot of damage regardless. They didn't kill... They don't have a kill spell for Copter because they let me attack.
Anticipate. That's a bit too slow for what you need right now, but
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Bombardment
because this is
isn't
putting
enough.
them Yeah, a board would be good.
Sorry, when I say there's only one person who can pilot the list, and it's Shota, I mean that there is no player in the world better at this deck than Shota. Like,
Yeah,
there are certainly people who can pilot it, but nobody who can pilot it on the level of Shota. Let's go ahead and discard the planes, I
I think
suppose.
so.
Aether Hub's good.
Hmm.
So our opponent gets down to... Wow.
Which means like we just
4?
yeah, which means the motorist alone next turn is enough to kill him in the copter.
Yeah. So I'm playing the hub.
So even if they have a wrath, like who cares?
Yeah. They would have to have Wrath plus Bombardment on an untapped land. Yeah, it's no slight against the opponent. And also, we are playing like this. Okay, so their sideboard is very relevant here. They have another
Yes,
Radiant Flames.
let's take a look at that. So for us, they have a negate may come in, confiscation coup. Although maybe not confiscation because that costs 5 mana. It might be a bit much for us.
I think that's too slow.
Um,
I'm
yeah.
honestly thinking they bring in the 3 Weaver of Lightnings.
Yep, Weaver of Lightning I think makes sense. To the Slaughter is probably not coming in. So yeah, I think it's Radiant Flames, Weaver of Lightning, and then like maybe confiscation coup, but that's doubtful.
So I'm thinking my cards I care about are, again, I think the Gideons matter a lot here.
Yeah.
They have a couple ways to stop those, but not like a ton.
After seeing our land's mana base, I'm fine with us taking out Cultivator's Caravan.
I'm thinking Harnessed Lightning. What the hell am I
yeah?
hitting with that?
Fair enough.
I think it's Thing in the Ice is the only target for it.
Yeah.
And like
so then would we want to bring in some of the Gideons and then like Skywhaler shot?
What am I shotting?
Torrential Gearhulk.
Do I really want to bring in a card that's only good for one card? Like,
I guess not. We have the unlicensed disintegrations already.
right. I'm thinking I bring out these, bring in the sky ship again as like a.
Yep. Okay.
This is just a big threat, nothing else.
It is.
I just don't want more Harnessed Lightnings.
That's fair.
I could bring in Ceremonious Rejection, but the only card it counters in their list is Void Shatter.
Yeah, and that's like countering their counter spell.
Yeah, so like I bring in a counter spell for their counter spell.
That doesn't sound great.
My board doesn't have a lot for this matchup. Fragmentize doesn't have good targets at all.
No.
I honestly think Harnessed Lightning is the worst, just because it's like the only thing Harnessed Lightning is good for is killing a Thing in the Ice, and that's if I've already played an Aether Hub.
Right.
Kind of wish I could get rid of the last one of these, but that's. Ugh.
There's not really anything else you want to bring in.
No,
like, would you want to bring in the ceremonious rejection as like,
it could just be like this. Like,
gotcha.
Like
Yeah, okay, I like that.
Like do it that way.
Yeah, because if the Harness Lightning isn't gonna do anything, the Skywler shot could do something.
It can even kill. It can kill a flipped.
It can kill a flipped Thing in the Ice, and it can kill a Gearhulk. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I could be incorrect on here, but I really don't think the Lightnings are very good against a deck that only has Thing in the Ice as creatures.
No.
Like, yeah,
it doesn't target planeswalkers, so. This looks like a lot of lands, but we also get a Scry 2. But then we're also playing a 1/1 without anything. Ugh.
So the thing I don't like about this hand is that I actually can't cast Gideon.
Yeah, that's true.
The Scry 2 is pretty big.
Scry 2 is pretty big. Like. Are we on the play or the draw?
We're certainly on the draw, right? Like,
Okay.
chooses to play first.
Do you think we'd get a faster start from a 6?
Likely, but a little less reliably. I'm not so, like the fact that I'm holding the Motorist is the only card in here that makes me like the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is like the fact that it's 4 lands is poor, especially with the Gideon. Like I need to draw a 5th land to get it going.
Right.
I think I am going to choose to mulligan this one.
Okay.
I don't think this goes the right way. This one is
Garbage.
this hand only functions if I top deck another land. It's okay if that happens because I have a Copter Motorist combo.
Yeah. Yep. Is that? I mean, we have we need a land to be able to cast a Scrounger
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
and the Copter. So we have a Scry plus 2 draws to get there.
21 out of odds are okay. 3 cards is... I hate seeing that Caravan in here. I don't think the Caravan's too good in this matchup. I guess a 5/5 is okay. Let's... Okay.
There, perfect. We got there.
Yeah. I think because I like how powerful this is on 2 lands, I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm. Would have been nice to have a 1-drop, but what are you going to do? 6-lander.
Right.
6 land.
We're on the mulligan. We don't get to make choices. Okay, Thing
Yeah.
in the Ice, but Smuggler's Copter goes over that, so I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
Though it is a powerful card. Oh, well, that's a little off time. Oh, well.
Great, thanks. Cool.
Thing in the Ice is a threat in, like, how large it is on the board.
Right.
They're off red. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I really would like to draw a white source here.
That'd be excellent, because then they could counterspell our Motorist and we still play the Exemplar and loot.
Yeah. Well, we still have to go
for
this.
it. Like, they're going to counter it.
This is a Void Shatter, right? Like,
yeah.
no Void Shatter. Okay.
Okay, do they have, like, Anticipate in their hand?
Perhaps. Let's see what the scry looks like.
To the Slaughter. So we can still get our dude.
I'm piloting it, and then I'm sacking the Motorist.
Yep, that sounds fine. So you get to attack him with a 4/4 this turn.
Well, yeah, like, this is a trigger. Yeah, it's a trigger. Okay.
Yep.
It's not like Depala. Depala's a...
Yeah.
Look at all this!
Mm-hmm.
What is
All these things happening.
What is magic? Okay, remove an ice counter. Okay, Dark Player sacrifices a thing.
You sacrifice that. I'm
Motorist.
kind of surprised they brought into the Slaughter.
They might have just wanted more flat removal.
It's possible.
Want that Vantage. I don't know if I want the Motorist. I think I might want the Motorist. It's a good top
I
deck.
think you do. That's that's another Scry too.
Okay, so let's put that second.
Yes. We definitely want the Vantage in our hand, like, off this Copter. So we can play it.
Mm-hmm.
We discard this Scrounger.
Yeah, because it can come back easy. And it's also not a relevant body.
Yeah.
So get rid of the Scrounger.
And then we can still play the Toolcraft Exemplar.
Yes. Thank you, Copter, plus the Veteran Motorist, for making it so I didn't miss a land drop.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's incredible.
Now we may be able to make it, like, pull off that trick next turn again.
Again, if they're continuing to be off red, I might just be able to, like, get them with this Copter 5-hit times, you know?
Like, yeah, their black removal spell, I think, is just, Unlicensed Disintegration, Harness Lightning,
They're...
Ceremonious Rejection, Galvanic Bombardment. They have 1 Essence Extraction if they didn't board it out.
Counterspell.
Okay, here's a counterspell.
Okay.
Okay. You got us. Good job.
I'm going to play the Toolcraft Exemplar and have it. Pilot.
And we can get in with our Exemplar. So...
Yes, we want to
probably...
loot.
I kind of like the Caravan more like than the Vantage here.
Yeah, I kind of want the Caravan down because it attacks over the Thing in the Ice.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the thing that's is probably like flipping out sooner rather than later, but
If they're continuing to be off red, it won't. It's going to be too long. If they don't hit a red land drop here, like, I don't...
second thing in the ice, thing in the ice.
That's just a blocker, because it'll bounce after the...
Yep. Because no, it won't. It's a horror.
Oh, it's non-horrors?
Yeah, non-horror
okay.
creatures to their hand. Yeah.
Okay,
I
well...
one time got to chump a thing in the ice because I had a horror on my side of the board.
So let's go ahead and play the Caravan.
Yep. Which can be crewed by one of the exemplars on the attack.
Yes, and I'm also going to have...
Yeah, let's get another creature down. And then we loot, and, like, we want to hold on to that Skywhaler shot.
Still looting.
Likely. But yeah, we're definitely still looting. Like, because maybe we'll see like an unlicensed disintegration instead.
Yep.
Yeah, we're playing against a control deck stuck on 3 lands and 2 colors.
Yeah, being off color is incredibly bad for them.
Also, like, missing land drops is incredibly bad for them. Like, their deck functions on having more land than you and using that mana better in the long game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not happening this game because,
It does make me feel a little more fool. Okay, they
okay,
do
all right,
have
they
that.
found their red, which means we want to kill them fast.
Luckily for that, I can... So I'm going to have
Yep, that crew
Copter.
there, and then wait until
Combat.
combat.
Mm-hmm. I could just get back the Scrap Heap Scrounger and have that pilot the caravan.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Because then you keep up the Skyroller shot
Yeah,
just in case.
just in case. So we want to.
Plus, then if you loot something you want to play more off this Inspiring Vantage, like you can loot away Inspiring Vantage if you need to.
3.
Huge.
Let's go. Well, the other thing I like here is that I can have Scrap Heap Scrounger come back at instant speed and be like a trick creature that shows up. It's a lot too.
Yeah.
So attackers.
3 they can't block. Like, they can prevent 5 of this, but
So they're finally getting red.
Yeah, okay. You know what else I like about this? If they Radiant Flames next turn, we can just bring back our Scrounger and still attack for 5.
Yep. I'm not casting a spell here, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good call. As expected, they blocked their thing with more counters on it.
Yep. Do you have an Anticipate? That'd be pretty good.
That'd be really good.
You do
Nope.
not.
There's nothing. That's another thing. If a control deck's not using their mana every turn, then they are, like, in bad shape.
So the other thing they have that's a good possibility is if they can double spell and bounce our team, that's pretty powerful. Okay, Radiant Flames.
Yep. Which means they're just planning on killing our team anyway, so.
Yep.
But this doesn't really save them. Like, I mean, okay, so if they cast another spell, then, like, so we bring back our Scrounger, and then, like, if they cast another spell to, like, bounce our team, we can Skyroller shot a guy, and they'll be out of responses to that.
Yeah. So do I want to attack with the Cultivator's Caravan, or...
I think you do. Because it doesn't cost you mana to do that. And, like, if they go to cast a spell and then flip that, then we can, Skyroller shot the flip.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I guess our Caravan was so good bounced in that case.
Right, that makes me wonder if I just want to go for the Copter attack. But the Caravan puts them on 2.
Yeah. Which means that they don't have that. And, like, they didn't have anything. They didn't have, like, an Anticipate next turn, so they would be holding it here just for a combat trick.
I really wish I had a 1-drop, but...
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Let's go ahead and hit for most. Do you have it?
So my guess here is okay, they don't declare blockers. Okay. So it looks like they may be trying to, like, flip their thing on the ice and then keep up protection for it.
Yeah, that could
But,
definitely
like,
be.
who cares? Because if they don't do it here, then our vehicles don't get bounced. And, like, we can fly in for 2 damage. So, okay, sure. Let's see what they got. One more land and they can Gear Hulk back like a Void Shatter.
Shrug. I mean, they have to stop my Copter.
Yeah.
That's the real problem here, is they need to be able to stop Copter.
Yeah. Let's see. If they pass turn here, if they, like... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's right. Because okay, yeah, I was trying to think of how they could play this, but they may just be done. A one drop. I think this is fine because we can play a second copter if they do stuff, or just like replay the copter if they just flip it, like everything, even though we can't Skywhaler shot. Because like if they're bouncing everything already anyway, then who cares if they have a 9-7 or 7-8? Sorry,
Yeah.
like we're at 20. So we just crew the copter here, or do we want to crew the caravan as well?
I'm going to crew the Copter.
Okay.
One of the cool things here is if they go for a removal spell, it's going to fail. Pretty heavily.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. As it'll just bounce back to hand.
Yes. Figured for sure they would have gone for it there.
Yeah. Draw discard.
I'm glad they let me do that.
Yep. Like,
Because, like, getting
yeah, I don't
rid of
know. All right, here it is. What do they got for us?
to the slaughter.
That doesn't. Yeah, that would not do it.
No, it wouldn't. I mean,
Like,
it would flip
it would stop us from dying. Like we still got our loot, and if they bounce our stuff to him, we can just loot away the scavenger.
Yeah. And that, like, doing it right now with this trigger on the stack is the worst possible timing.
Yes, definitely.
Unlicensed Disintegration.
That doesn't work. We
which
don't
won't
even
work.
take that damage.
Okay. Well,
Like this isn't a May.
They don't have an artifact,
Is it?
so. So, you know, bounce all of the
Sure,
creatures.
so okay.
Do I just want a Skywhaler shot now then while they're tapped down?
I think so. I don't think they have any counters for
They
that
could
much
negate.
mana.
They could negate.
They have negate. They could have negate.
But
I think that's fine if they do.
I also want to do this before the loot.
Yeah. Cool.
I kind of want that.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Okay, so bounce.
Mm-hmm.
Disintegration fails because my thing got bounced. Looting, we discard Scrap Heap Scrounger.
Yep.
Main phase 2.
Land. And Blading Spectre.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Look at our clues.
Yeah, we have clues.
You got all these ideas.
Mm-hmm. 6 lands, so they can do the Gear Hulk now. 1-0. This is a 1-0 in matches, 1-0 in games. We also still have the Caravan hanging out, which I can trigger if I want to. I don't know if I want to, though.
Yeah, because they could just Gear Hulk us.
Mm-hmm.
Do we just get down a...
I'm going to
just get
attack
down,
with
like-
Thraven Inspector and see what they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to stop Thraven Inspector. You can't activate Wandering Fumarole. So you need to do something.
Yep.
This is me trying to waste their Gear Hulk.
Mm-hmm. Take it, go to 1.
I think that's the correct play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to just play a pile of Smuggler's Copters and pass.
Yeah, play 2 Copters and then leave up a clue.
Okay, so again, I want them to Gear Hulk so they're tapped out, and so I can just play a pile of Copters.
Mm-hmm. Here it is. There it is. Here it is.
Okay, Torrential Gear Hulk
Probably bring back the, like...
to the Slaughter.
Disintegration.
Oh, no,
yeah,
yeah,
because it deals 3 damage to us.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
So...
But it's killing our 1/1 or our 1/2 for 1 mana that like drew us a card. Drew us 2 cards, honestly. So
we're gonna play a Copter.
yep, play second Copter. We technically like also get down our Caravan and Copters if we wanted to, but we can't anymore. We could have.
No, yeah. I didn't want
Because
to.
we
though.
played the Caravan first, but yeah, I don't think we wanted to do that anyway. So
I specifically didn't want to do that because I want to end step a clue and then untap, use Scrounger, and then like pilot 2 copters.
Yep.
What sort of sorcery speed thing could you have for me? Okay, a
We were
blocker.
lightning.
A,
Sure.
a blocker. That makes
Yeah.
sense. That has reach, so...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'd love your Gear Hulk to attack. Okay, so let's pop a
Yeah,
clue.
that would have been great.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's what we wanted. We wanted
Yep.
2 crewable things.
So now we can attack with 2 things in the air.
Which requires them to have a answer.
A removal spell. Yeah. Like they can't like search for a removal spell. They need to just have a flat removal spell here.
Black and 1. Exile 3-bit Inspector. Give me the Scrap Heap Scrounger. Also, like, what removal spell could they have? They don't have Red Up anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's true. They could have another To the Slaughter.
But I can sack.
Shh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they could have actually. I mean, they might be out.
Is Grasp in their deck? Like Grasp of Darkness? I don't think they're black enough
Nope.
for Grasp.
I don't think they are. No,
Okay.
they're not wearing the sombrero.
So this is the power of Copters. This is the power of... this is the power of a control deck off their main removal color.
Yeah. Yep.
That's kind of the bad part here. Like, we just kind of got to show us, like, yeah, they actually came back and tried to stabilize. Like, you know, okay, that's what you do in a control deck. You stabilize. I'm not sure how well the removing of my Harnessed Lightning is now that, like, with the thing in the ices, because these act as a really good blocker.
They do.
But that
That's
went...
the thing to think about for next time.
Yeah, I think that went well, though. I think
Yeah.
I mean, they had a 1x Essence Extraction that would have won them the game on the spot.
Yes. Yes. Mhm.
Would have just flat won them the game on the spot because they kill one of my Copters, can block the other, go to 5, and now all of a sudden, like, they have me on like a 3-turn clock with the Gear Hulk, and it's just like, oh shit.
Importantly, we didn't just beat the champion there. Like, we beat the champion's deck.
Yeah,
It's like saying you beat a NASCAR driver because you beat the asshole driving his car.
yeah. So, but no, if my memory serves on this, the Shoto was asked, like, what would you say to people who want to play this deck at upcoming events, and the answer was don't.
Yeah.
Like, there are a lot of involved decisions. Basically, if you want to watch some really engaging, powerful Magic, watch the finals of the last Pro Tour, which was that was Shota versus Carlos. They're both on 3-color control decks that have limited amounts of win conditions, piles of removal, and a lot of like card draw and selection. Mm-hmm. And you'll see how a player who makes decisions for 7 turns down the line plays. Like, the choices that are made that all of a sudden, like, 6 or 7 turns later turn out to be like, oh, this is the reason Shota wins, or this is the reason that things go... I mean, obviously you know Shota won because we're playing the first place deck here. But the match is incredible. The other thing I like about it is that Shota is also the one person in the world who can pilot that deck, because Shota's the fastest Magic player, like...
Yeah. Like, he's making all these super complex decisions, but he's also making them very quickly.
Right. Whereas, like, if you compare that to the polar opposite, I guess I would say, like, if you've ever watched, I think, Jim Davis playing Magic... Jim Davis.
I would also
takes
contrast it with Gime Wafotapa.
Wafotapa is probably a closer one because they are closer in play styles, in the sense of, like, the decks that they both like to play.
I would also, because Gime prefers to choose the slowest win condition in the world and use that. Remember when
Look,
he used
look.
Drown Yard as his win condition?
I love Drown Yard as the win con. All right, nobody can smack talk
Mill
Drown
3
Yard.
cards at the end at my end at your end step. All right, cool. I'm playing a 60 card deck. It's take 20 turns. I know.
Well, the best part is that starts with mill myself
Yeah.
in that deck.
Find more stuff.
That deck was
it's
beautiful.
a really cool deck. It's just like, wow, that is the slowest win condition I've ever seen.
Like, there's a point. Like, I played against that deck that was being piloted by. I was in the. It was a win in for PTQ, I think, back in the day. Like final round, so the winner makes top 8, the loser is like top 16 or so, and it was a win in, and my opponent. There was a point where like I realized the creature, the Aetherling that I assumed was going to show up, was never actually showing up. Like,
It's just wait a second. Oh
Wait,
no,
like-
that Drown Yard can kill.
and it was the moment where my opponent said, "Drown Yard you."
It's like, oh,
I was just like, "Oh no!"
and they were like, I remember at one point the developer said why they've started giving like the blue finishers a bunch of power, because like usually when your opponent plays a Torrential Gear Hulk and they've got the game wrapped up, that'll kill you in 4 turns.
Mhm.
Whereas like a Drown Yard, when it has the game wrapped up, will kill you in 10.
Yeah.
Like, and you'll keep trying to find things that'll get you out of the game because maybe you'll find something, but you probably won't.
Well,
So-
that was the thing too. I was playing the like Fright's deck at that point, which was like Unburial Rights and such. So like I was when I started getting milled, it opened up my options incredibly, but it wasn't enough, because you're
Right.
playing against a control deck with 7 cards in hand, all of them relevant, and like another copy of Sphinx's Rev or something. Like
Yeah. Oh, and that was even Sphinx's Rev standard. I forgot about that.
that was
That was a very controlling standard.
If Fantasy Flight ever got their shit together and made a Netrunner TCG online, would you play it? Jinteki.net exists, which is basically that. Like a third party has made that in a very like well developed manner, and I still don't play it because I feel like you lose a lot of the bluffing aspect of the game when you're not playing in person. Though, to be fair, the current metagame of Netrunner, as far as like a top level goes, has kind of turned into a numbers game where the runner is always ahead and the corp, like it's a very strange world it's in. Like basically one side has gained a considerable economic advantage, meaning that they can just choose to call every bluff and not get punished for it. Which is the whole point
see.
of the, like, when you make that choice, it's like, well, okay, do I spend, the full, like, 9 credits and a tick to get into the server to call your bluff, which then drains my resources for the next time you try it. But when they can just call that bluff 3 times running and not lose resources, like, it gets much more difficult to pull off.
Yeah.
This is all, I say this actually from having watched a number of like top level events. I haven't actually played Netrunner in quite some time because the local scene sort of died off and I don't like playing online. So
That's too bad.
yeah, sort of sad about that. Okay, so we're in the finals. We already got our money back as it is.
Yep.
This looks pretty awesome. Like Inventor's
I like it
Apprentice.
quite a bit.
I'm good with Apprentice into Copter, attack for 2, and then like next turn is like Motorist plus Thraben or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic.
So let's keep this. Is CBI an in-meta card? No, it is not.
Dang.
My card is...
Would you try to play more Netrunner if it were?
That wouldn't influence me at all, because if I was playing more Netrunner, I would just be playing 3 copies of it anyway. Like, it's not a reason for me playing or not that it's a good or bad card. I didn't design it to be a good card in the sense of like a couple of the other cards that were very pushed for competitive play. Are they just the green-white, like...
It could be. Let me double check.
It's my signature card, yeah, that's the thing. I would always play it.
Yeah. It's like literally like you have your own move now.
Right. And it's also like a signature move that I definitely can see as mine because I've played that deck in the cube enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What plays green white? Bant Aetherworks.
Are they just gonna like try to Aetherworks me?
It might be. Oh hell yeah, we can see Aetherworks go off. I hope we win, but I also hope we get to see them go off in game.
Well, they don't have any energy at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
play Thraben Inspector and attack for 5, and then probably play another Smuggler's Copter Post.
Mm-hmm. God, this is a nuts hand.
Yeah.
The next one we're gonna tap for play Veteran Motorist, deck for 7 in the air.
Mm-hmm. Waiting to pay costs,
Oh.
huh?
Oh, they got can they munch down? Oh, Skyweller shot.
Yeah,
All right.
alright.
Sure. We still get attack for 2.
Yeah, because the artifact we get from,
And then we just play another Copter.
Yep. Where's the card going, bud? Bottom.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and just play the Copter out here so I can go ahead and hit F6.
They are not playing Bant Aetherworks because Bant Aetherworks is not playing the Skyweller shot.
Okay. But no, like, I definitely have a huge love for CBI Raid. I created it as a card for me, not for anybody else.
Oh yeah, they're green-white mid-range.
I'm going to kill your Gideon.
I'm going to kill your Gideon. Your Gideon will be thusly murdered. I guess not, like, oh yeah, because we can just stack it for 4.
Yeah, I can play Veteran Motorist and just fly on in.
Yep.
This is what I'm going to do.
And attack them with your Inventor's Apprentice.
Yes. So let's go ahead and play the Veteran Motorist. We'll get some scrying going on. That'll tell me what the Smuggler's Copter's drawing.
Yep.
This is the power of Copter, by the way. Planeswalkers have a lot of problems in the current, like, you know, staying alive because of this. I don't think I want Harnessed Lightning against this deck. Like, this is the...
Let's see.
You know what, mid-range...
So let me list off some of their creatures. Virtuous Gearhulk, Tireless Tracker, Fairgrounds Warden, Thraben Inspector, Sylvan Advocate, Servant of the Conduit.
Okay, I actually might want that Harnessed...
I think you may want that.
Basically, at this point, also my hand is just removal for days, so...
Yes.
Let's go ahead and bottom that. Do I discard the Inventor's Apprentice, then?
I think so. Because like we have plenty of threats on board.
Yeah.
And like their removal is 2 Skyweller shot.
Okay. So let's get in the... Let's get in the car.
Yep.
The thing I like about our current setup here is that I have... How did I end up playing Standard? This is a special event. This is the Pro Tour Gauntlet that exists. This isn't like me actually building this deck. I don't own the cards, per se.
Sometimes I do want to try getting into like some constructed Magic on Magic Online, but then that also requires like a significant investment. So
then, if like it doesn't matter, I can put the Inspector in the car.
Mm-hmm.
I also have... I'm just removal for days, so... The one thing I do wish I could do is kill that Knight Ally so that the copy of...
okay, so this is probably Gearhulk.
I would say the copy of Gearhulk they play right here doesn't kick my ass, but...
Well, here's what I'm hoping they do. Oh, this is the Fairgrounds Warden? Okay, sorry, they also have 4 Fairgrounds Warden. Oh, always watching. That's nothing. Okay, that's something, but we just unlicense its integration that and then get in. Or do we Harness Lightning it? Yeah.
We have energy.
Yep, we got the energy for it.
So let's go ahead and Harness Lightning that. Because I want to save the big kill spell for the big...
Plus, this is our last chance to get rid of that card before it turns into a 5/6?
Yes.
Because that's an unreasonable Tarmogoyf. There are so many Tarmogoyfs in Standard right now.
Yes. Yes, there are. So get in. I might discard my other Harnessed Lightning now with them having Always Watching. It's a lot worse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to hit nearly as often.
So we are going to attack with Veteran Motorist. Especially if
Yeah,
I draw...
If they want to trade, that's fine.
If I draw like a mountain here, that would be a pretty strong draw, so I could play the Veteran Motorist.
Yeah.
Ooh, give me more.
How about just a second unlicensed integration?
Yeah. So let's go ahead and discard the Harnessed Lightning, and
We'll just upgrade our removal spell.
Yeah. So they could trade. I'm allowing them the option. I want their board clear because the Gear Hulk is a lot less dangerous on a.
Yes, because then it goes in on itself, and it's a 9/9. Like, that's a little scary. That's a 9/9 trample vigilance, but like, we just disintegrate it without a license.
Is it being disintegrated because they don't have a license, or are we disintegrating it without a license?
I think we're disintegrating without a license. Okay, that's fine. We can just destroy her land and kill them.
Yeah.
Sure. You got it. That doesn't give you mana for Skywhaler shot, and that's your only instant. I don't think they have anything else that flashes. That's it.
We don't have lethal, so.
Do we not?
No.
We're close.
We're one off.
Are you tapping that for mana, buddy? Okay, cool.
Like, they didn't realize it as vigilance because of the Always Watching.
Right.
The fact that it's vigilance means I have to disintegrate it, but...
Yes.
Yeah, we're one off of lethal.
Mm-hmm.
So if I draw... I guess I can't draw a specific card that would get me it.
Yeah.
That's fine. I might kill Nissa
you go after Nissa. I think you go after Nissa then, yeah. You can still deal 2 to them.
Does that change? No, it does not, so...
So yeah, you just 3 and 3.
Yeah.
The disintegration in the Copter.
Would you like to redirect? Yes. And get in the Copter. At them. At Nissa. And yes, I'd like to loot. No, thank you.
Yeah, that's no. Yep, cool. We're good. Thank you. Nice thing is that we're up on cards and board against our opponent.
Mm-hmm. We're just down on mana. That's the advantage they have.
Did they pre-sideboard their
deck? Yes, they did. They changed out the Nissa and put the
Nissa.
I took a look at that the moment I saw the Nissa as well because I thought it was strange. Anyway.
So we win.
Here's that Gear Hulk we were talking about.
Yeah.
And
okay, so then they could also, if we're looking at their sideboard, they could have Quarantine Field, Stasis Snare, Fumigate, and yeah, that's it as a removal spell. And also Natural State.
It might come in. We have a lot of targets for that.
We do. All right, cool.
Anyway, we drew both disintegrations, which is pretty powerful.
Yep.
Okay, what do we not want here? Harnessed Lightning seems quite good because a lot of their non-Gear Hulk creatures just die to it flat.
Yep.
I kind of also, on that note, sort of like Sky Whaler Shot. Is Fragmentize good enough? Always Watching and Copter. Is that enough targets? They also might have Stasis Snare and Quarantine Field.
Yeah, that's true. I think so. I think that is enough targets for Fragmentize.
So, Fragmentize is something I'm considering. Galvanic Bombardment could be good, but also if they play a copy of Always Watching is just awful.
I don't like the Caravan here.
I've not liked
they're just gonna have bigger creatures on the ground.
Right. I basically haven't liked the Caravan with us playing it. On that note, do I again want the Sky Sovereign as a go-over? They can't stop this.
They don't have. So they can block it with Linvala the Preserver.
Post-board Linvala. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring in the card they can't answer, which is a Sky Sovereign. The Natural State can't kill it.
They could Sky Whale it.
I guess they could Sky Whaler Shot it. That's true. They could Stasis Snare it as well. But, like, I feel like this is fine. The Harnessed Lightnings are very good. The Disintegrations were incredible. I almost kind of want the Sky Whaler Shot based on how powerful the unlicensed Disintegrations were. But I don't know what I would not want. Like,
you want to bring in 2 of those to take out 2 Harnessed Lightnings?
No, I like
not like Gideon's here?
I don't know. I guess how good is Gideon here? Gideon's like an Anthem.
Yeah, it's an Anthem. Like, it can just like make creatures sometimes, but I think that just better removal for their stuff is better.
Try this.
I think that our plan here is just getting rid of their stuff and getting around.
Yeah. The Gideons could be useful, but I'm going to try it this manner. This looks okay. I don't.
Yeah.
We're missing a 1-drop to make me perfectly like the hand, but
Yeah, but we have Copter and Demotorist.
AKA perfect card selection forever.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we can recall that, oh, they have the
Oh.
Thraben Inspector?
Yep. Okay. I love that's
Wow.
like one of the biggest cards to come out of Shadows.
I am kind of... I mean, I know the power of an Elvish Visionary, and understand it, so let's go ahead and just play the Vantage and pass. Like, it's an Elvish Visionary with, like, 16 types of synergy with everything in Standard, which is its most powerful, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you... No! Interesting. Okay. This is good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they probably had a 2-drop, right? That they couldn't play because of that. Like,
We're gonna go ahead and play,
oh, we have lots of things to loot away with the... Listen, we get to attack with a Copter.
yeah, which is good. I would like to, again, draw a 1-drop, because I'd like to be able to, like, harness lightning on if a specific thing comes down. If like a tireless tracker or something like that appears.
Alright, so we're gonna get attacking. Oh! Oh ho!
Ooh, Veteran Mortarist makes me look like a champion here, because I get to attack over there. Oh,
And they're not even... They don't want to activate it anyway, so...
don't even
Okay,
care.
sure.
okay. Well, this is a Veteran Motorist turn,
Yes.
so we're going to play Spire Bluff Canal.
Because that's the last turn that it can enter the battlefield untapped.
Yep, and then let's go ahead and...
Keep a white up in case we see a 1-drop we want to play.
No,
Or
and
white,
a
red
red.
open.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, scry 2... Canal
keep another
down.
Veteran Motorist?
Like, replace Motorist with... That feels fine.
Yeah, I like that. We can play both of those next turn.
It's a pretty dang relevant body.
Yeah.
The big thing I like is that I can play it and also play Harnessed Lightning, which I think is going to be
Yeah.
important next turn.
Or another Copter.
Yes.
So you can get him with 2/4/4 Copters every turn.
And they don't have a Sky Shot for me, so...
Would you believe Smuggler's Copter is a $15 card right now?
Oh, they have a Natural State. Oh, hello.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Sure.
Would you believe what?
Smuggler's Copter is a $15 card right now.
Yes, the card went from like $2 at pre-release to what it currently is, which is kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that tracker I was talking about. That's the
Yep,
card.
that's what we want the lightning for.
Yeah.
Or the shot, but probably the lightning.
I'll earn the lightning for that. It's easier.
I don't know why they're
Incorrect.
not doing yeah, they could have gone for 4 this turn.
Yeah, incorrect. Also, they don't have a. Well, they don't currently have a land. Copter obviously is a fixer for, like, you. Copter is this like ridiculous like
Yeah.
mulligan
Yeah.
for every single choice you make. It's so good.
So here's a question: Do we play the motorist or the copter this turn?
Playing the Copter,
Yeah.
and I'm also thinking.
We probably want to like get rid of that tracker now.
So
Because if they can if we let them play a land, then they get another clue to investigate with. So it's
Yeah.
probably better to just nip that one in the bud.
I don't like it, but I don't want it to stay. I want to kill their Copter, but I can also just do that by blocking with my Copter.
Yeah.
If they don't realize that. So I'm not attacking. Just one turn of not attacking. Now, if they have a Gearhulk here and they get to get in for 7, that's pretty bad.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's probably like worst case. But then I have a Skywhaler shot on the following turn to off their Copter.
Yeah.
Okay, so they could have the Gearhulk here. Nope.
Okay.
This
Important
is...
note that they do have 2 clues, so... Okay.
Ooh, this is
that make
good.
sense?
The more clues they sack, the lesser their mana is for...
Yeah. I guess they were trying to find something they wanted to loot away.
Yeah. Thraben Inspector.
Sure.
So pilot. Again,
I don't believe they have any like pump spells or anything like that.
they could
So.
Skywhaler shot me here,
Yes, they could.
which is what I think their most likely play is.
Bad.
It wouldn't be bad.
Bad.
I don't say that's not bad at all. I don't know.
I mean, I mainly think that's bad because it lets like 2 of our copters down.
Shrug. One of them was killed
like-
by a card that literally can only kill copters, and the second one was killed by them tapping out on 5, which means they're not playing any actual
Alright,
threats on
fair
5.
enough. Fair enough. So now, yeah, okay, sure. And then we can like find more things to do with our motorist.
Yep. So I'm probably gonna
Ooh.
just play motorist, leave up Skywhaler's shot.
Yeah. I really like that now they can't like Gear Hulk onto you know, oh, both on top?
Yes, both on top.
But Copter first, then. Hold on 1 second.
So let's get in with the motorist.
Yep.
These are hefty attackers too, is the
They
cool
are.
thing.
Yeah, they're 3/1s. It's important to remember. They are 3 power. I think the only reason why like they're like we're not attacking with them is they can crew a Copter to become the Copter to become make them a 4/4.
Okay, Fairgrounds Warden. That's fine.
That's okay. Because we're motorists, which means if we can get rid of their Fairgrounds Warden, you know, we get to just
Some free scries.
yeah.
So they're going to pilot their Copter with the Fairgrounds Warden, because they should do that, which leaves the
Yep.
Thraven Inspector back as a blocker. So I'm going to go ahead and burn Skywhaler's shot here.
Yep.
We,
Keeps them from looting.
we know we're not scrying, but
Yeah. Oh.
no, they just have
Okay.
to.
Drawing the card. Okay, cool. And that means they're out of mana for next turn.
I don't like the clue correct there.
Neither do I. I don't know why they didn't wait till their next turn.
Yeah. Anyway, no attacks, because I'm playing a Copter. I'm playing Copter and Thraven Inspector in passing.
Yeah, because that lets us draw a card.
Yes. And we know what the card is, too. It's a card I want to loot.
By the way, I'm paying most of my attention to this game, but I am double queuing a little bit. I'm also watching LSV stream.
Ooh, nice. How's that going?
Good. He drafted a Kaladesh deck that has Saheeli Ray and Nissa in it. So, you know, your usual LSV draft.
Okay, that sounds pretty normal. I'm not surprised by that one in any way, shape, or form. So Fairgrounds Warden can't get in combat unless he's got... Again, our opponent does have some very big breakers. Our breakers are not nearly as powerful as theirs. Right. However, like right now, I'm actually like, if we drew the Skyship, holy smokes.
Hell yeah, man, we blow that up, we get to scry 2.
Yeah, like Skyship would be a hell of a draw here. I'm hoping this is not a Verudius.
It's a Gear Hulk.
Okay.
So what is it probably going on to? The Warden and the Inspector?
Yeah,
like
it doesn't say it's
2
a
and 2?
split
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah. Okay, so now Skywhaler shot, number 2, Unlicensed Disintegrations.
Want that Warden in combat. I would kill for that
Yes.
Warden in combat right now.
Oh man, that'd be so great. We could double block it, and it's not.
Okay, let's go ahead and...
So we know we get a guy that can't block.
We're
And
going to
then
loot that
hopefully,
card.
like, we get something else good on the bottom, or below that. Okay.
Alright, I think I'm going to play the Exemplar, pilot the Copter, get in for...
Yeah, get him for 3 and loot away the Scrounger.
Yeah.
Because we cannot get it back right now, but...
Yeah, but I mean, if any creature
Yeah.
dies, then I can.
Right, if we say double block.
Yeah. Which is definitely, like, if Fairground... Or it could happen
Or I guess
on,
it
like,
doesn't
Rude
happen.
Gear Hulk.
Yeah.
Okay, they did not leave up a colored mana. This is a mistap, by the way.
Yeah.
As a heads up. They should have left up a green to threaten their natural state.
Now we know we can attack in with our Copter without fear.
Yes.
Hopefully we find something real on top of our library.
It would be nice. Okay.
Sure, we can play that too.
Yeah, like having a 5th point of power. It means that the Fairgrounds Warden can't come in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not actually down black. I can use Scrap Ape Scrounger off of Aether Hub.
Yes. Yes. It's better to, use that
If you have another
that
copy,
color mana we always have.
if you have another Gear Hulk, I'm okay.
Gideon, okay,
Gideon.
that's also pretty bad. Because they can just anthem it.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that they might
Or
play
just
the
make
long game.
Or just make dudes. Yeah, that's also fair. I mean, we're at 0 cards, so I honestly think I would have just been like, sorry, you can't kill my dudes, but we'll block here.
No, because I want Veteran Motorist to pilot Copter.
Yeah, good call.
Get
Good call.
Gideon the hell off the table.
Yep.
I think I'm just going to take 4 here.
That's fine. We can take that. We can take that hit right now.
Yeah. This is like the only time I can afford it, so. But yeah, we're killing the Gideon on our turn.
Hopefully, they don't have another Skywhaler shot or Natural State.
If they do, that's the end of it. Okay, so we have the loot.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get in the car. I don't like tapping down my 3 power, but
This is the only way we get rid of Gideon this turn.
yes, which needs to happen, or else Anthem. Anthem is very bad for us.
Just defeats us.
Yep.
Yep, our guys get huge.
Oh,
sure.
Do they have the Skywhaler shot? Paying costs. Yep, shot 2.
They did.
I'm gonna go ahead and call this one here then.
Yeah.
I do not feel like I can win from that position. Okay, so again, their end game, basically Gear Hulk is stronger than any actual end game our deck can produce.
Yeah. Let's see. Skywhaler shot I'm not so hot on.
After that game?
It's I'm thinking about the things that didn't kill, but then I'm forgetting the things that it did kill, so it's still fine.
Also, it would have killed anything on that board.
Yes. Yeah, so that's fine.
Rejection's obviously bad. I could bring in Gideon and try to play a grind that way, but I don't know if it's
true.
I don't
what do you want out for that? What do our inventors and apprentices look like this game?
1-drops. They attack through. They
attack through a lot of stuff.
A decent amount of stuff.
Okay, so let's keep those guys in. Urban Inspectors are good. Toolgraphic Exemplars are good. The Smugglers, Copters are essential. Veteran Motorists are really good.
Just give this another run at.
Yeah, I think so. I think we could have had better draws there.
Oh, I mean that's true in most games.
Or our opponent not having a bunch of removal, us getting 3 Copters and opponents being able to get rid of them.
Okay, this is actually This looks bad, but it's actually really good because we have Copter to.
We have so much colorless stuff.
Yeah.
That we can do.
So let's go.
And we have 2 removal spells. I like this.
Mm-hmm. Our opponent kept a similar looking hand in game 2, and it paid off pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
The trick here is going to be that Smuggler's Copter is all colorless and also Harnessed Lightning. If I overkill or overkill just gives me colored mana. So
yeah.
You do have a forest. Do you have a 1? You do not. Oh my god.
Okay, cool. Energy.
This is incredibly dumb.
Yeah.
Aether hubs for days. Nope, their own Copter.
Okay, cool. Sweet, we get in then.
That means I even get to keep up Harnessed Lightning to kill their Copter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Okay, perfect.
We got there, everybody. And we can loot away the Aether hub if we need to.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and... So Thraven Inspect.
So we can attack for 4.
Yes.
I like it.
And I'm not gonna draw a card with Smuggler's Copter. Yes. Ooh.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, I could cast that too if I wanted to be aggressive here.
Or you could keep up the Harness Lightning for the Copter. I mean, but then if you cast that, then like if they like decide to get him with the copter, you're hitting them for so much. Like they're gonna be at 15, you'll be hitting them for 7, down to 8.
Okay. Do I
Have an unlicensed disintegration in hand.
discard the hub then?
I think so.
Let's just be the aggressive player
Yeah.
here. So let's play a let's play a 3/2. By the way, we have no energy at the moment, so
So we really only have red mana.
yeah.
We also have clues that can dig us deeper.
Yes. Revealing
Um,
forest. I would
they're probably
like
gonna-
I would like tireless tracker here.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Of
I
all
think
possible cards, that
I
would be
feel
my
like we'll make
favorite.
see a 2-drop, and leaving up natural state.
That's okay too. Ooh, can't cast that yet, but let's go ahead and get in the copter. That is correct. This is constructed. No, I drafted a deck with copters and 3 Aether hubs
Yeah,
instead of
so
my opponent.
here's a Skyweiler shot.
Shot.
Stasis Snare. Sweet.
Can't do it yet though. I don't have
Yeah.
color
Yeah, it's too
mana.
bad, but okay, so we attacking for 4.
Yes. I can also pop a clue.
Well, I mean, you're not gonna be able to do much anyway, so
Like maybe an untapped white, or even a tapped white source would be fine.
yeah.
I like untapped white if possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess another Aether. Okay, so
Okay,
That's fine.
cool.
no problem. Might be able to just like use So let's get in, bring our opponent down to much lower.
11. Yep.
There's no way I'm harness lightning for 0 to turn on the hub. That's a very poor play at the current moment.
Yeah. That it's not quite what we want to be doing.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be great if we could harness lightning for 2 on something, and then leave up
Yes,
an energy.
That's
but-
the reason I'm looking for like if my opponent taps out for Gideon here, perhaps.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
That'd be good. This will be good. I can kill Gideon.
So they're not going to be attacking with this copter because that requires. So they. Yeah.
The red source.
Okay.
I can harness lightning to kill the knight.
Yep. And then they would have a copter up, but you can still kill Gideon
Yeah.
that way. Actually, we wouldn't get our copter, but you could also then fragmentize theirs.
So they don't have a blocker, and then I can kill Gideon.
Yeah, and still hit them for 1.
Okay. Really want this land to have been like a black-white duel would have been the best.
Yeah.
How else would I want?
But then
to
you wouldn't be able
do?
to get back your copter, which you may want instead. I think it's fine to trade off a Thoroughbred Inspector for Gideon, and then get back your copter.
Well, he'll just block with Scrap Heap Scrounger then, and save Gideon.
And then trade off his copter.
And then Gideon's in play, and I can't beat that
Yeah,
on
fair
my
enough.
current
Fair
board.
Fair enough. All right, then I guess you do just get rid of their copter and
Yeah. Because
Kill 'em.
I'm literally unable to cast cards out of my hand right now. So we do want to fragmentize the copter.
yes.
There's part of me that really wants to put my opponent down to the sword, but
Yeah,
that's
not,
wrong.
Yeah,
That's a wrong move. Like, because if I put him to 6, it's like unless like disintegration puts him to 3.
yeah, right. But then like,
But then how am I get the other 3 damage?
right. I like this because it removes all of their board, like except for their removal spell that just sticks around for a while.
Okay.
Okay, that seems fine.
They have more twos? There are more twos.
Sylvan Advocate. And no land.
Okay.
Alright, well, we can play that. Do we want to clue first?
I don't think it changes.
I guess
anything.
we get in with that and, see what they trade with, or if they just take 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy with that trade forever.
I'm very happy with that trade. Because, then, we chump with a, Thraben Inspector and, we just get back our guy.
Okay.
Oh,
My punishment for discarding the third Aether Hub, I suppose.
yeah, I guess. Then again, that would have gotten us, one more card out of our hand.
Unlicensed Disintegration's a pretty big card.
It is. Okay, and here's the Gear Hulk.
Yeah, so Gear Hulk, how big do you want it?
Hopefully all of it on it.
This is where my deck is.
2 and 2. Okay.
Okay. Nope.
Well,
So I pass it back.
looks like we may have lost this one.
Yeah.
2 mana.
That's bound to happen, even with how good our mana base is in the deck.
Right. I guess looking at this, if one of these cards in our hand were a caravan, would it have saved us?
It would have, yes. However, these aren't the cards we boarded a caravan out for.
Jeez.
So,
Veteran Motorist would have been such a good draw if we could only cast you.
yes. Because the big thing here is that, it would have been nice in that instance, especially, I guess a 5/5 isn't really relevant, so, it'd literally just be a 3-mana mana rock. Yep, taking 6. Opponent's got way too many cards in hand, too, which
Yeah.
is a huge bother. They
Alright.
likely play another, not even Gear Hulk, because if they were playing another... Okay, Nissa makes sense as
cool.
a threat here.
Honestly, I probably would have said pre-combat, but... Oh, they're just getting back.
Nice! Ooh.
So, sure, alright, Super Friends it is.
Alright, that's gonna be it.
That's the
I think the card that actually got us is the fact that, our Copter is stasis snared, and there's nothing we can... we could have fragmentized to get it back, but then Gideon's still in play, and we're not winning the game where Gideon's in play.
Right.
So this is going to be Gideon...
See, Gideon's in play, and we're losing this game.
Gideon's not going to be in play any longer. What? Oh, come on. This is the most obvious Anthem I've ever seen.
Yeah, right? Okay, sure.
Okay. Anyway, my opponent should likely have Anthem to there. Antheming there means that they kill my entire team for free.
What, are they keeping him Skywhaler shot or something? Whatever.
Anyway, they have the game. It doesn't matter.
Yes, right. I'm just wondering why they wouldn't just crack him with the land, too.
Oh, Scruffy Scrounger's live.
Oh, my God.
Ooh, that would have been really nice.
That would have been nice if we had 5 mana. Oh, well.
All right, so we did, out of all of the games, I'm happy at least, only one of them was us taking the loss.
Some of them we like. Some of them we were pretty light on mana, but that was fine.
I feel like the mistake there was discarding the Aether Hub.
Yeah, that may have been it, and keeping the mountain instead.
Well, not even that. The mountain was fine. I think we just should have gotten rid of one of our colored spells and kept basically we needed to be on the front foot, because the moment our opponent got out from under us, we lost the game, which is what happened. Our opponent got out from under us with the Gear Hulk play, and say they go with that Gear Hulk play, and I have one last spell I can cast, and it's Skywhaler shot, kill it, attack in, or disintegration. It changes that considerably and puts our opponent so far in the back foot. So
yeah,
but we got to back our entry, so it's of no consequence. And it got done what I wanted to, which was showing off a lot of different decks in Standard. We got to show off... We didn't get to show off the Aetherworks deck, which was the one I was...
Right, the one, most, the really cool deck.
Because right now, my stream title is referring to the fact that this is the first Standard I've seen in quite some time where we have aggro, control, and combo all existing on an even footing, I feel.
So far, I really like this standard.
We have a lot of very powerful aggressive decks. We have like the red white vehicles deck, the vehicle deck we're playing, like the mid rangey deck our opponent was playing. There's a red
The
green
mid
energy
rangey green
deck.
black deck.
Yeah, the green black deck our opponent played, which has 2 mana 4/4s. There's a number of control decks that are like, okay, this is like emerge style because Ella Deep Fiend plus Kozilek's Return is still incredibly powerful. We have the control deck we saw, the Grissom control deck. There's a Jeskai control deck. There, like Gear Hulk has a lot of good targets and is an incredible card. And then we have combo decks in the form of Aetherworks, which is a 4 mana card that just lets you cast a card off your top 6, cast specifically. So Emma Cruel Noodle
So any Eldrazi you find.
Yep. But we also have a combo deck in the form of the Colossus deck, which I would also call a combo deck in its play style. This is a deck based around a... You know what? I'll pull up the card so that I can yak about it for just a little bit longer. Metalwork. I don't think I own one, so I'll just go quantity 0. So this is the other... This is the other combo deck in Standard, is Metalwork Colossus. Metalwork Colossus has like fake double reverse affinity, where it's affinity for non-creature artifacts
Equal to their converted mana
equal to their
cost.
CMC. So the deck, the deck plays a couple cards you might be familiar with from. I am a row-off. Plays a couple cards you might be familiar with from us playing Limited. Prophetic Prism being a free artifact that reduces the mana cost by 2. Alright, that's nice. Well, what else do we have? Well, if I go ahead and look at Archive, maybe? Why the heck did that not show up on the search for Hedron?
I don't know.
Anyway, Hedron Archive, which is a 4-mana artifact, so it reduces the cost by 4, but it also produces 2 mana. So
Yeah.
vehicles that are unpiloted also reduce its mana cost.
So Caravan reduces it by 4.
But the part that makes it more of a combo deck is a lesser played card that's seen play in some emerge decks called Sanctum of Ugin. That has the text, when you cast a colorless spell with CMC 7 or greater, sack it to search for a colorless creature and put it in your hand.
The dream for the deck is to cast a Goliath. What's it called again?
Metalwork Colossus.
Metalwork Colossus for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But actually 11, grabbing another one, casting it for nothing, giving them haste, and then destroying your opponent.
The lists I have seen people playing, the list did not play in this one. The list I've seen people playing has been playing Key to the City as a way to make your Colossus unblockable.
Yeah.
As well as reduce the cost of them. Because, a 10/10 unblockable is pretty dang good, and once your Colossus is in play, you have a lot of dead cards in your cardboard in your hand. Other artifacts I have seen... I'm not certain. I'm not sold on this one, but I have seen Foundry Inspector to make the other cards freer, like to make your to make a Hedron Archive cost 3, Prism cost 1. But LSV also had a mono blue list, which had one of the most interesting cards in all of Standard.
Oh, hell yes.
Panharmonicon.
Panharmonicon.
Harmonicon?
Yes.
Okay.
So trust me, harmonic is in that word.
Okay. Well, that's why I was saying the low O, because the harmony. I guess that's actually not a low. So Panharmonicon. Yeah, okay, that's right.
I'm very good at saying the word harmonic.
That's true. I trust you. I trust you innately with saying the word harmonic. But yeah, that's one of the... So Standard right now is a very wide open... There's a lot of different things going on. There's super fast, aggressive decks that are like, we attack with 1 mana 2/3s and 3/2s. We attack with a flying 3/3 that can't be killed by wraths. We have control decks that have like, we've seen we've seen the power of removal and counter spells reined in, but it's still quite powerful when you have things like Radiant Flames answers the like vehicles deck so powerfully. Like, they don't have creatures that survive that.
The nice thing is, to me, is that they have like powerful removal. It's just that it's not powerful removal against everything, for the most part.
For the most part, yes. Like, say I take a look at Shota's list and take a look at the removal spells in there. Like, we have Galactic Bombardment, Essence Extraction, Harnessed Lightning, which are all like small creatures, harnessed but can scale. Which is kind of the cool thing about them, is that they actually can scale. If Harnessed Lightning 1 kills something small, or you play a Glimmer of Genius, your Harnessed Lightning can scale. Unlicensed Disintegration is the like, this answers anything sort of card.
Yep.
No, I haven't seen Terrarian in those sorts of decks, because 1 mana just isn't really worth it, and it also, like, you don't want to sack it for color. I was gonna say that it's both not enough impact. Like, you don't want to spend a card for a 1 mana discount when you could be spending it on like Prophetic Prism does that job like twice as good every time. The only difference being you can't play it on turn 1. But yeah, I mean, Emrakul is still a card in Standard, so we have these huge control deck. We have huge combo decks that throw it down, and we still have decks that are like Spell Queller exists. And Reflector Mage exists, and it's like, oh shit, right. Those cards didn't rotate.
Yeah, Blue White Flash is pretty popular online right now.
Yes. Powerful deck, because you have Rattle Chains giving Flash to all of your other spirits, which is basically Selfless Spirit. You have Spell Queller that has Flash. You have Avacyn is still a card in Standard. Did you know that card's still incredibly strong? Like,
the a lot of the Jeskai control plays Avacyn.
Yes. So anyway, that's Standard. I really like the Gauntlet for being able to show off a format and how different it is until like from block to block. So like, compare this to the last time we did it, where we had some very different decks. We had the Emerge style decks that were very hefty, and those still exist, but aren't nearly as powerful or as all round as they used to be. So.
Right. They lost some tools for that deck, I think. I'm trying to think what rotated out. Origins and Dragons rotated out, right?
Yeah, I think they didn't lose it. I don't think they lost a ton. I think it's just the positioning of them. I don't know if they're as... Like, what was the reason for them deciding to rechange Standard rotation? People didn't like it. Yep. People vocally and noticeably for attendance to tournaments did not like the quick Standard changes because it made it so... The biggest one I can say, and this is from, like, my looking at sort of wanting to get back in it, is with a 6-month rotation period, investing in a deck is an incredibly high-risk proposition, because that deck is probably only going to be good for, a 6 or less month period, and then you lose cards that make it, and it's like, oh, well, it's gone. Yeah, maybe your key card doesn't rotate, but all of a sudden your mana base is gone, and you have to continue to... Whereas, like, a year-long rotation, once a big set comes out, you can reasonably invest in the format.
And it's also the sort of thing where it's like, I stopped playing Standard for 6 months.
And then you're just out.
I'm out, like, because the deck I played isn't working anymore. Like, a lot of the times, even if it's not the most powerful deck, you can still bring from this point on, you can take any of the decks that we were just playing and bring it to a Standard and do well enough.
Right. So the cost of re-entry is incredibly high, and the cost of staying current is also very high. So those combined, basically, I mean, when they announced the quick Standard rotation, one of the things that was said is like, oh, this feels like a, you can kind of hear the hands making the money symbol in the background, like, people are going to have to invest in the new sets more, but basically the response from people was, nah, I'm good. So.
Actually, good on them for going back on it. For like, oh no, people really hate this. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to delete it. I'm sorry.
Oh God, no, please. I didn't know. Can we fix? For me, it makes like two things for me that make it quite funny is that they actually had to change out some of the cards in Amonkhet. Amonkhet. I don't know how you pronounce that perfectly at this point.
Emonket?
Yeah,
Emotep.
Emotep.
It's invisible.
But they actually had to change out certain cards because they didn't want them to be in a standard format with Battle for Zendikar.
Fair
AKA,
enough.
I feel pretty I feel pretty certain that things like it might have been enemy fetches. You know, that's a pretty hefty.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Because they don't want them with the
holy shit, that mana base.
that mana base would have been the worst. We played with that mana base. It was the worst for that time period.
Yep.
But the other thing is, like, again, Battle for Zendikar isn't really the most exciting set. So, like, it existing for another 6 months isn't nearly as bad as if it was, like...
Right. If it was, like, destroying, like, if it was, you know, like, what was the standard set that's been all over the place lately?
Well, like, think about
recently.
think of if they did it a year ago, and basically Wizards is like, 6 more months of Siege Rhino. Like, everybody would have flipped their shit.
Right. Or, like 6 more months of, like,
Collective
Jace.
Company. 6 more...
Coco of Jace, yeah, like...
So... Well...
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is much worse for that sort of rotation thing for much different reasons. It's not like the format removes cards as much as it's like the banned list changes and then all of a sudden a new thing gets printed.
I mean, to some extent, Wizards just updates the ban list to standard every year and puts full sets into it.
True, but it's a known rotation. Like, you know
Yes.
that ahead of time, whereas with certain other games...
You just kind of have to assume it will come.
The most high-impact Battle for Zendikar card is still Kalidas. Gideon is pretty hefty.
Yep.
If I take a look at these lists, Gideon is one of the common themes. The lands still have a pretty hefty impact because they're powerful allied color fixing.
And they're powerful, like, control fixing.
Yeah, control fixing as opposed to the aggressive fixing that the enemy colored ones from...
I like that. I like it when the mana bases are, like, split between what your deck wants to do and aren't just like, this is always good.
Right. You know, it's not fetches plus Rav duels or something like that.
Right. It's... Yeah.
Let me take a look at these lists here and try to answer that question a little more with so Battle for Zendikar block cards. I see Radiant Flames is a pretty key part in most of these control decks. I see... I think Anticipate was Anticipate.
Anticipate is in there. Yeah, that's in Battle for Zendikar. I can tell you what I can tell you what the highest impact Shadows over Innistrad card is.
Yes, so can I. It's
Raven Inspector.
Nice 1-mana 1/2. Heck yeah! It is the card that's currently seeing the most play out of Shadows.
Yep.
It certainly, like, on the face isn't the most powerful, but it's the most, like,
Jace is also seeing play, but, like,
Avacyn,
Thread Inspector seeing much more play. Yeah, but Thread Inspector seeing the most play for sure.
Right. Out of any
because
it
gets you an early artifact. It's a 1-mana artifact.
Seeing how that interaction is playing out in current standard really makes me sad that they stopped doing Investigate.
I know. Oh,
that would have been there would have been a lot more of the cross synergy with don't say things that you can't take back. Squadron Hawk was a much different level of Thraben Inspector. However, to be fair, the comparison isn't actually, now that I think about it, the comparison isn't that off, because Squadron Hawk's existence was a one power creature that was meant for your artifacts to pump. You know, it's just the artifact's the one attacking this time rather than the hawk attacking with a sword.
Yes, but Thread Inspector draws an extra card for 2 mana, whereas Squadron Hawk draws 3.
3 for 2 mana.
For 0 mana.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, man, again, that was the format that made me stop playing Standard, was Cawblade. And I still don't regret that decision.
Just an update on the LSV game. He has Saheeli Ray on the battlefield, and he used it to copy his Prophetic Prism to draw a card.
Nice. All right. Well, I think now is we've been yakking. Thank you for sticking around through us just talking at the end here. So for all those you still listening right now, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining, Kabanaw. This was a lot of
Definitely.
fun.
It's a good time.
I love doing these gauntlets, and I try to make a point of touching all of them when they come out, just so, like, it keeps me a little bit more engaged in the format, and
Hmm.
I think also can keep some of the viewers a little more, like, knowledgeable about what it looks like. So, yeah. Hope you all
Cool.
enjoyed.
All right.
All
Good night,
right.
everybody.
Good night, everybody.